I step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
All right.
Break it down.
Do the Thursday dance. Do the Thursday dance. We're in there, baby. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are looking so good. Thank you. Thank
We
you.
missed you this week too.
Feeling so tanned right now. Chocolate man. Call me that. Yes.
Absolutely love it, dude. But welcome back. We missed you, man. We missed you this week.
You know someone else that we missed?
What?
JP Sebastian,
Hey.
because he's got the hottest movies opening this weekend. He is the ultimate movie corp, the oracle of movies.
oracle,
so
there
you
we
can
go.
trust what he has to say when it comes to movies.
Like
Well, you
the
know what
Buddha
else
of
was
movies.
missed?
What?
Some spelling mistakes. Listen, there's some controversy around
talking about?
Bongang's book.
Oh,
Guys,
Bringing
see,
an update on
I'm
that.
ending the show. I'm gonna be
I
good.
think I thought you were thinking about thinking
you
that,
think we thought
actually.
we weren't going to talk about it? Okay.
Before we
still
get ourselves
friends.
into hot water, I think Google are in a little hot water. In light of Women's Day yesterday, they made a massive faux pas. We're not going to reveal too much, but you want to stay tuned.
Yeah, and
They
then
think we thought they would. We wouldn't pick it up.
listen, and then we've got some great music coming from our guest artist. Israel 7 is here, ladies and gentlemen. Say what up to the man. And no, don't think that's a spelling mistake. He actually intentionally spells his name like that. But clearly, it's going to be a very lit show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start off just by cooling things down. Maybe with some. Look at the temperatures. That might help. Did you just sip that
I'm a bit
intentionally?
shady today.
Do we have to talk about it? I don't know, guys.
Craziness indeed. Very good morning from my side as well. Let's have a lekker Thursday. Let's kick it off with your weather. And it seems like most parts of the country can expect sunny conditions with particularly warm temperatures over the northeastern coastline. The Western Cape, however, can expect temperatures to remain chilly and also cloudy conditions, so keep warm today. Ons hart weer vinnig deur. Polokwane 6 grade minimum en 'n maximum 22. Mbombela 10, 27. Pretoria 8, 22. Johannesburg 7, 21. Mahikeng begin op 7, dit styg na 25 grade maximum. Klerksdorp 8, 25. Kimberley 9, 26. Bloemfontein 4 en 'n matige 24. Richards Bay 16, 28. Pietermaritzburg on 12 minimum with a very hot maximum of 30 degrees today. Durban 18, 27. Mthatha 11, 29. East London 14, 23. Cradock 10, 26. Port Elizabeth 11.21, George 11.20, Sutherland starting off on a cool 3 degrees minimum, staying cool with a maximum of 16, Cape Town 12 and a maximum of only 15 degrees, Worcester 10 and 19, Springbok 2.21, and Uppington starting off on 6 degrees minimum with a maximum hot 28 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather for the 6:30 bulletin. As always, we'll keep you updated with those temperatures. I'm back just after 7 o'clock with another look.
Well, let's start your morning off by taking a look at the roads, starting off in Gauteng in Bedford View. Now, just an update on that collapsed bridge on the N3 in both directions. Roads have been opened between the Gululis interchange and the M2 Geldenhuys interchange. If you're in Cape Town in Bellville on the N1 inbound, traffic is queuing between the R300 interchange and the Durban Road exit. We'll bring you another traffic update in half an hour's time right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, it's time for us to take a look at what's happening on social media this morning. Did you know that it is World Lion Day? Yes, it is. And while we love the lion and the fact that it's the part of the Big Five, we want to know from you which one of the Big Five is your favorite. Let's kick it off here with Jermaine says, hi team, I really like the lion because it's big and strong. Ivana says, my fave is a rhino. Ursh says, surely the lion, roar baby, roar. And then Retabila says, my favorite is also rhinos. Aletta's going with the elephant. Monique is going with lion as well. And everybody seems to be pro-lion and pro-rhino. So keep those comments coming. We want to know which one of the Big Five is your favorite.
So look, I'd be lying if I said this didn't make me really, really excited. Travel starts celebrating their 11th birthday and they're flipping the script. They've got a gift for you. One lucky Expresso viewer is going to make their way to the party capital of the world with flights for two to Ibiza with 25,000 Rand. To enter and put yourself in the running, you've got to SMS the keyword travel along with your email address to 33728. How easy is that? So get on it right now. The competition closes on the 31st of August and all of the terms and conditions can be found at our website, expressoshow.com.
Thank you, G. Yes, well, lots more heading.
You were thinking it, right?
I was thinking
Because
it.
today we're celebrating the biggest cat in the world, so the theme song is Why You Always Lying.
You see
Why
now,
you always
you
lie.
see now. Listen, still ahead after the break. We're talking movies ahead of the weekend with JP Sebastian, who's apparently been known as of this morning as the oracle of the movie world.
Yeah, well, I think Bonang wishes she might have had an oracle to foresee what might be happening right now. The controversy around her book continues to spread on social media, and we'll talk about that and the after effects after the break.
It's always difficult to find a cleaning product that's tough on dirt but gentle on delicate surfaces and cookware. Look no further than Chuck's non-scratch Scour Scrubs. They are made with a specially designed, gentle but effective scour pad that scrubs off stubborn dirt but is gentle on non-stick cookware and bakeware. The angled shape makes the scour sponge easy and comfortable to hold, whether you're scrubbing off dirt and grime or washing the dishes. They're great for cleaning delicate surfaces like glass stovetops or even your favorite tea set. When you're done, rinse off your Chuck's non-scratch Scour Scrubs and hang it by the tap to dry hygienically. It can even be cleaned in the dishwasher. Whether you're using the Chuck's non-scratch Scour Scrub to wash your dishes or clean your kitchen, this handy utensil will make the job easier.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very warm welcome to this Thursday morning. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. Thank you so much for joining us to share your day with us as it begins. And of course, as we start taking a look at our local entertainment news, we can't forget the tragic news that we heard last week, the passing of Dumi.
Heartbreaking stuff, and so senseless. Yet another South African star that has gone way too soon. And family, friends and fans gathered at the Hope Restoration Church in Kempton Park yesterday for the memorial of Dumi Masilela. Inside, Dumi's wife, actress Mphiwe Nkema, could be seen sitting front row with tears in her eyes as she took all of what was going on in. Also paying respects was actress Connie Chume and director Eric Mogale, who praised Dumi's talents and character. And of course, the funeral arrangements for Dumi will take place this weekend as well. So once again, our heartfelt thoughts and prayers go out to his family, who are must be hurting so much. It was,
especially
very,
for
very
his
sad.
young wife. I mean,
It was that I think is the saddest for me. You know, life was just beginning and then it kind of ended. Talk couple as well, who are just seem to be doing the couple goals thing. Aisha Baker and Wayne Parnell definitely are serving up couple goals, and now they're doing it again. So on Instagram, the stylish couple shared photos of their vacation in Miami. The globetrotting couple have jetted to St. Lucia, where they took in the stunning views and they were just chilling, having a good time, maybe making a baby. I don't know. Based on these photos, perhaps we should add these destinations to our travelers. I don't know. That's what people do. They travel, baby moon, and they come back and then...
Is this a baby moon?
I don't know.
No,
I'm just saying. I hope.
He's playing cricket.
You can do other stuff while you're playing cricket.
Yeah, you can certainly strike one for a six, can't you? Okay. Anyway.
Home run.
I had something else on my mind.
I'm sure you did.
You just totally hijacked my thought process with your baby moon thoughts.
Okay, there we go.
But who knows? Maybe they may get baby.
That was our local entertainment news for you. Stick around, we'll have more in our international.
Are they making baby?
Now, I wonder if playing rugby has the same implications as playing cricket, because tonight it's the best of the good life. 8:30, it's all about top billing, and we're going to introduce you to the brand new wedding couple. SA Rugby 7-star Stefan Dippenaar weds his long-time love and former model. It's going to be a fantastic, very romantic, schmaltzy show. Then very apt in light of Women's Month this month. Ayanda is going to be sitting down with powerhouse property developer Aliswa Daku. It's all going down tonight at 8:30 p.m. right here on 3.
This Thursday, Devon Swanepoel's making leather ties a must.
Leather is such a beautiful timeless medium. I think something like a leather tie, it will last you and kind of age with you. It's definitely rewarding standing back going, this was made by hand.
To the home that designers Megan Hess and Andrea Kleinhoch envisioned from the ground up.
Building a home from scratch can be a daunting challenge, but when you have these two beautiful ladies on your side, then anything is achievable.
The very best of India's design comes to South Africa via Durban's Hot Fashion Exhibition.
We went through collections of every designer, and then we kind of shortlisted the ones who work very well for the South African market, and that's how we put together a lineup who South Africa must see.
We get inspired by Rain Flitman, a young international award-winning director.
Don't smile, this is the film. There, you got it. Got it. Got the shots.
We take to the treetops with property dynamo Aliswa Daku, a woman whose CV is written in the buildings she's helped to create.
You've been involved in many developments. Is there one that you're particularly proud of?
And I think my biggest achievement where I learned most of what I'm doing today would always be the one and only, because that's where I cut my teeth in terms of the property development industry. It was a huge development and a milestone in my life.
Rugby Sevens world champion Stefan Dippenaar weds his childhood sweetheart and former model Louise Miller.
I met Stefan when I was 16 years old at a fashion show we both had to be part in, and afterwards, I even told my mom in the car, I'm going to get married to this guy. And I just remember how she still laughed at me and shook her head.
Don't miss Top Billing this Thursday night at 8:30. Repeat Sunday at 1. SABC3. The stage is yours.
Oh, well, they're living the best of the good life. But let's check out what's happening in terms of the best of the movies. Let's see what's happening at the box office.
This is the South African top 5 box office hits over the last weekend. 5 weeks later, Spider-Man Homecoming's number 5, so there's probably a 7th reboot next week. Despicable Me is now the highest earning animated franchise ever. Number 3 is 4th. Already 2 spots down in 2 weeks. Don't Dunkirk wrong, people. Get this in on the big screen ASAP. It's 3rd. Director Edgar Wright's back to stretching pop cinema to its full potential. Baby Driver's good celluloid and 2nd. And surprise, surprise, women love dirty, crass, booze up, hair down hilarity as much as the next guy. Girls Trip is number 1.
Girls Trip, yes! Well, here to tell us more about the movies that you can expect this weekend is none other than JP Sebastian.
Woo!
Good morning, how are you?
A solo woo.
Yeah, a woo for yourself.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Thanks, Mom.
That's my child.
Oh,
There we go.
I feel loved again. So, hey, Leanne.
How are you?
I'm good, but I should probably talk to you about movies, right?
Yes, the son of Bigfoot.
Questions.
more.
Questions about Graham actually came up to me and he was like, how often do you get to read this sort of synopsis for a movie? A young boy who is separated from his estranged father finds out that his dad is in fact Bigfoot.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so clearly, for a start, you can see it's a kid's movie.
Yeah.
But I need a biologist on the line. Can we get one? Like, so he's got a human mom and he's got a Bigfoot dad.
Ooh.
I'll leave the questions
What
of the birds.
happened there?
Yeah.
No, we don't want to know.
Speaking of birds and bees and birds and whatnot, so the next one is entirely not for the kids. This is called Below Her Mouth, and I suppose particularly you could say could be directed at the LGBT interest in a community.
Okay.
And the story being that a woman is making wedding plans with her husband and has a weekend tryst with another woman who she sees working over the road. And they get tangled in this web of thinking, it was just going to be this once-off type thing.
Yeah.
But become addicted to each other and whatnot, and the lies chase each other. And,
Yeah.
Interestingly, that whole movie was the entire crew is female. So, hey, Women's Month.
Very interesting. Women's Month for show.
If you like 50 Shades of Grey, I'm sure that's up your alley.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Very Grey. Talking about Women's Month, Amy Schumer, Goldie Hawn in the movie Snatched. I'm quite interested to check this one out.
Where has Goldie Hawn been? It's been 50 years
50 since she was in a movie.
15 years since Goldie Hawn has been on the big screen. And Amy Schumer, in fact, for this comedy, because she was executive producing it as well.
Yeah.
Insisted on getting Goldie Hawn back. She said, if she's not in this, I will not be in this movie. So she threatened the production of the movie. Comedy story being that Amy Schumer's boyfriend breaks up with her just before they're going to go overseas on a vacation. She gives the ticket to Mom. Mom, however, is this sort of insular, would rather stay at home, keep it safe. And so, just to help them let their hair down in between partying, they get kidnapped and have to find their way out of that. So if you like Amy Schumer's comedies, producers of Spy, that kind of thing.
I think it should be a laugh a minute. One that's definitely not a laugh a minute, My Cousin Rachel.
I mean, look at that poster. How could you not laugh?
Hey?
No. My Cousin Rachel stars the lady who I had a crush on all through high school,
Rachel Weisz,
who is an ambiguous character who Sam Claflin is not sure about. She is the ex-wife or the widow of his legal guardian, and she possibly has a claim on the estate. So she shows up in his life, he's possible inheritor as well, having been, cared for by this guardian. Did she poison the now dead guardian? Did she have, evil sort of intents to grab a piece of the pie and whatnot? But he finds himself falling in love with this woman, rather becoming obsessed. So is it just that his obsession is clouding his judgment?
Yeah. Very interesting. Well, there's so much to catch this weekend. That's pretty awesome. We're going to catch up with JP a little bit later on, chatting about the movie The Lost City of Z. But if you liked anything that we talked about, you can go and catch those movies at your nearest new Metro cinema this weekend.
Well, speaking of movies, Women's Month fever, it continues with the Expresso New Metro Movie Club this week as we have double tickets to see the hilariously funny Amy Schumer and Goldie Hawn in Snatched.
And they are absolutely brilliant actresses. Now, on what was supposed to be a vacation in paradise, this mother-daughter combo became entangled in a wildly outrageous adventure deep in the South American jungle.
Yes, there's definitely something you want to take your mom with, or, your daughter, sister, friends to experience this laugh-out-loud comedy at the new Metro cinemas nationwide.
Absolutely. Now, stand a chance to win double tickets to see Snatched at New Metro. Simply SMS the keyword Snatched plus your name and city to 407
40765. That's 40765. And remember, you need to add the city in which you're able to watch the screening. T's and C's can be found, sorry Zoe,
That's right.
on expressoshow.com.
That's right. Well, you know what? Will mother and daughter have a vacation to remember, or wish they never went on this trip to begin with? Well, find out in Snatched.
Best entertainment at new Metro cinemas. It's your scene.
So we're going to take a very quick break, but you better stick around. We alluded to it earlier. Google in hot water, a massive faux pas on Women's Day, no less, has got their executives into a lot of trouble. Understandably so, but you're going to have to stay tuned to find out.
Yeah, hopefully we can soothe those burns for everyone around the world watching this, because our guest artist Seven is here, and he's armed with his guitar, his chosen weapon of mass music making, which he'll be doing after the break.
Sarah's on the phone.
Not now, more. I'm in Mauritius.
Well, what must I tell her?
Tell her I'm in Mauritius.
He'll call you back later.
Stop faking and start traveling. Book flights from only $4.99 on travelstart.coza.
There's no time for love, there's no time for release. I can't weigh this up, I'm ready to leave.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago. Yeah, good, eh? Yeah, going. No, radio's a bit slow, you know. I mean, it normally takes about a month or sometimes 4 to 6 weeks for them to even come back with. So, but I mean, it's playlisted, it's doing its thing. Yeah. Yeah, just 7, easy, yeah.
Your dad was a musician.
Yeah.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Sorry?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
At Samsung, we develop technology so you can live life. Samsung, a way of life.
Welcome to it. You're tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC 3. It is a rather crazy Thursday right here in studio. Hope you're taking things easy with us. Right now, let's quickly take a look at some of those funny, interesting, random, and just plain weird things that we stumbled across on social media this morning. Graham, your face.
It's tense, dude. There is no schmaltzy, squishy cat faces this morning, my friend.
Serious?
We've been talking about Google being in hot water, and I think it really hits home in South Africa's case because we are obviously celebrating Women's Month, Women's Day yesterday. And again, we wish all of our brilliant South African women all the best for that celebration. But Google have hit the headlines again. They recently fired one of their senior software engineers who produced a viral, and I mean, it's gone completely viral, an online document stating that biological differences are what make women unsuited for the tech industry. She went on to also state that ideological diversity is more important than racial or gender diversity in the tech space as well. And all of this coming in the light of Google currently being investigated by the US Department of Labor for very severe gender gap discrepancy. So it's that's hectic. It's hectic.
Yeah. Wow, man. Yeah, like that's crazy. I love the Google's response.
Google,
you're fired.
You're fired. Yeah. Whoa.
Wow.
So Google that one to find out a bit more.
Well, I know in this case, you probably thought that we thought that this whole situation was done with, but apparently people are still talking about the grammatical errors in Bonang's book From A to B. So what happened is social media lit up once again when a bookstore tweeted a statement to customers saying if you were dissatisfied with Bonang's book, you can give it back. We will give you a full refund, saying you're welcome to return it for a full refund at any of our stores. And basically, Tweeps have been praising them for this and saying that Bonang, but Bonang up until now has not uttered a single word about this.
And if you didn't notice any of them, you should probably go back to school. And just, come on. Ooh.
Yo, that's a tough one, eh? Shouldn't have made it to the shelves in that condition to begin with.
Storm in a teacup, guys. Storm in a teacup.
That's right. Well, you know what? An Irish restaurant owner responded to a review of an Australian guest that attended, an Australian tourist that went to the restaurant but left a negative review on TripAdvisor.
Okay.
So what happened was the Australian tourists forgot their windbreaker at the restaurant and asked the restaurant owner to courier it for them to Australia.
Yeah.
And then a week or so when the jacket didn't arrive, the Australian tourist wrote a review saying, the food was okay, but the integrity of the restaurant was lacking. And the restaurant owner actually responded with the essay saying, you know what, a good excuse as to why it might have slipped their mind to send the jacket back, looking after her kids, the belongings, and, they shouldn't judge someone's integrity based on not even meeting them.
Yeah. I love how quick people are so quick to challenge your integrity and to point a finger at that.
Yeah.
But you have no idea.
But maybe it's like the most awesome jacket in the world.
But it's a restaurant. They're not there to send
how's
it
this?
back.
The Irish restaurant owner also sent the jacket back free of charge.
Oh, wow.
Like they carried the expenses.
Smelling like fish and chips.
Sure. Guys, it's quite heavy stories, man,
burns,
this morning,
burns everywhere,
I'm always,
man.
I always want those squishy faces stories to come back in there. Anyways, that's our roundup of things that's been making some serious waves on the social media spaces. Anyways, it is a Thursday right now. Let's cool it down a little bit. We got some music for you.
Yeah, guys, I think that's the last we are going to be talking about the whole Bonang thing. Can we please just rest it to lay? Thank you. All right, right about now, it is time for music, and our guest artist today grew up with his dad being a guitarist. He himself is multi-talented, but since those days, he spent most of his time on the road, going from show to show and seeing performances, and so the path was very clear to him, and we were all set up to go to music, which is what he's about to do right now. His name is Seven, and here he is performing his brand new single called Speed of the Night.
There's no time for love, there's no time for release. I can't weigh this up, I'm ready to leave. I'm out on the streets looking for a stranger, the light in my eyes and a way of danger. The red light's for me. And I just wanna fast, I don't want it slow, wanna do it all before I go. And if I have to go it on my own, gonna do it all, even if I do it all alone. Got my life on pause for a penny to drop. Now I'm gathering speed, coming ready or not. This time around I'm not overthinking, gotta stick to what I believe in. No red light, no red light. And I just wanna fast, I don't want it slow, wanna do it all before I go. And if I have to go it on my own, gonna do it all, even if I do it all alone. Go speed of the night, speed of the night, speed up, speed of the night, speed of the night, speed up. Whoa, oh, oh. Go to speed of the night, speed of the night, speed up, speed of the night, speed of the night, speed up, speed of the night, speed of the night, speed up. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. And I just wanna fast, I don't want it slow, wanna do it all before I go. And if I have to go it on my own, gonna do it all, even if I do it all alone. just want it fast, I don't want it slow. Wanna do it all before I go. And if I have to go it on my own. Gonna do it all, even if I do it all alone.
Yeah, give it up, man.
Thank you.
7 on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Brand new music there, Speed of the Night. Check it out, dude. Very, very nice.
Thanks so
Great way
much.
to start off our Thursday morning. Do let us know on social media on our Expresso Morning Show SABC3 Facebook page, as well as our Twitter page, what you thought about the performance. We'll have more from 7 a little bit later on.
In your morning news, President Jacob Zuma says anybody who abuses women, regardless of their position, must face the full might of the law. Speaking at a government official Women's Day event in Kimberley in the Northern Cape yesterday, the president said those who abuse women need to be prosecuted, and police have been directed to treat women and child abuse as cases of priority crimes. Zuma also highlighted the progress made in recent years to empower women, but also the challenges on ongoing abuse. New Chinese ambassador to South Africa, Lin Songtian, has vowed to improve working relations between his native country and South Africa. Songtian arrived in South Africa yesterday with his wife at OR Tambo International Airport, where he addressed the media. While this is not his first time in the country, the Chinese representative said that he was ready to serve as a bridge and work together with South Africans from all walks of life to upgrade relations between China and South Africa to a new high level, which will be more productive and beneficial. Now moving further abroad, Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has appointed 3 women as vice presidents and 1 as a civil rights assistant, following criticism of his all-male cabinet. The appointments signify a big step in transformation within the cabinet, which only had 1 female since Iran's Islamic Revolution in 1979. The cabinet, which must be approved by parliament, also lacks Sunni members, which make up 10% of the Shia majority Iran. And then finally, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake has struck a remote mountainous part of China's southwestern province of Sichuan, killing 19 people, including 6 tourists, and injuring 247. According to officials, rescue attempts are still underway as tourists and residents who have been cut off by landslides are gradually being evacuated. Sichuan is frequently struck by tremors. A huge quake there in May 2008 killed almost 70,000 people. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Let's get our very first look at what's happening in the world of sport with Graham.
International rugby news first, and a big congratulations to Evan Etzebeth, who has been named as the stand-in captain of the Springbok team for their upcoming rugby championship matches. In place of the injured Warren Whiteley, Etzebeth takes over the leadership role, having already captained the national side during their 35-12 win over France in June. And the Springboks, of course, open their championship account next weekend with a clash against Argentina in Port Elizabeth. Then round 4 of the Currie Cup took place last night, and it saw wins for the Sharks, Cheetahs and Griquas. The Sharks beating the Bulls by 28 points to 20 in Pretoria to earn a bonus point win, which keeps them in second place on the log. Some other results saw the Cheetahs maintain their unbeaten run with a 45-34 win over the Pumas, while the Griquas, they downed Western Province by 44 points to 34 in Kimberley. And we have to say a big thank you to all those who donated their sanitary products. Of course, we are all responsible for protecting our most important resource, this country's women. Then, fresh off his victory in the 400 metres, Wade van Niekerk booked his place in the final of the 200 metres last night at the World Championships in London. I'm sure getting a few grey hairs in the process, finishing his heat in third. Van Niekerk missed out on the automatic qualification, but his time of 28.28 seconds was just enough to earn his spot in the final ahead of Jamaican Johan Blake. So the final of the 200 metres is set to take place today, and that's at 10 to 11. While, of course, Caster Semenya and Jenna Lofstrand, they're also in action today in the first of the 800-metre heats, and that's at 25 minutes past 8. Then back to tennis. Roger Federer stormed into the third round of the Rogers Cup last night after cruising past Canadian Peter Polansky, world number 3, needing less than an hour on the court to wrap up a 6-2, 6-1 win. In incredible form, Federer will next face David Ferrer, his old foe, in the round of 16. And also on the night, South Africa's Kevin Anderson, also in the form of his life at the moment, moved through to the next round after beating Pablo Carrena Busta in straight sets as well. And that's where we leave our sport for now.
Well, let's take another look at your roads, starting off in Gauteng and Fairland. Allow for some extra travel time this morning as on the N1 northbound there are heavy delays between Veltervreden Park and Douglasdale due to a vehicle on fire in the opposite carriageway. Then if you're in Cape Town and Ottery, on the M5 northbound, traffic is queuing between Ottery Road and Klipfontein Road exit. That's where we leave your traffic for now.
Well, let's quickly get another update on your weather for your Thursday. And it seems like most parts of the country can expect sunny conditions with particularly warm temperatures for the northeastern coastline. However, in the Western Cape, you can expect those temperatures to remain chilly with cloudy conditions, so stay warm. Ons hart weer vinnig deur. Polokwane begin op 6 grade minimum en 'n maksimum van 22. Mbombela 10, 27. Pretoria 8, 22. Johannesburg 7, 21. Mahikeng 7, 25. Klerksdorp 8 grade minimum en 'n maksimum 25 grade. Kimberley 9, 26, Bloemfontein 4, 24, Richards Bay begin op 16, dit styg na warm 28, Pietermaritzburg 12 en ekskuus tog baie warm 30 grade, Durban op de 18 en 'n maksimum 27, Mthatha 11, 29, East London 14, 23, Cradock 10, 26, Port Elizabeth 11, 21, George on 11 as well, reaching a high of 20, Sutherland 3, 16, Cape Town 12, 15, Worcester on 10 degrees minimum with the maximum 19, Springbok 2, 21, and Uppington kicking off on 6, reaching a nice and hot maximum of 28 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather for the 7 o'clock bulletin. We'll get you updated with one more just after 8.
Well, it's time for us to take a look at what's happening on social media. I love this. Thursday thoughts, it's what's currently trending. Let's see the first one here. Happiness means loving yourself and being less concerned with the approval of others. Hashtag Thursday thoughts. Let's take a look. Another one says, inspirational quotes, give God your problems and allow him to give you the solutions. Also, Brajesh says, innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Hashtag Thursday thoughts. And let's end off with this one from Virat Kohli, who says, when obstacles arise, you can change your direction to reach your goal, but you do not change your decision to get there. Hashtag Thursday thoughts. So if you're looking for a little bit of motivation on this day, why don't you go and check those out?
Listen, I'm sure we've all encountered those situations, those very awkward ones where you've run out of money, out of airtime, out of electricity at the most inconvenient hour, or you had to urgently transfer some money to a friend or family member in need. And these unforeseen circumstances catch us all off guard more often than we like.
Dude, this morning.
What?
Bro, this morning when I got up, nothing. Absolutely nothing. But
poor
now,
Jack!
Oh, with the Nedbank Pay As You Use account for just R5 a month, you'll not only get a fully transactional account, but you also get free online and mobile banking, allowing you to bank whenever and wherever you are, thankfully, saving you time and money.
Absolutely. So to find out more about this account, simply SMS NedPayU to 30755 and the Nedbank team will be in touch with all the information that you need. SMSs are free and terms and conditions can be found on nedbank.co.za.
I'm a dreamer, a doer. I know the hustle. I just need my money to hustle for me.
Let your money hustle for you. Get a bank account for R5 per month and bank on the Nedbank app without using any data. See money differently. Nedbank.
We're going to take a very quick break, and when we come back, Jory Batter's in the house and he's got the pound workout for us. We'll show you what that's all about just after the break. Stick around. And then to top that, just to replenish what we will have lost through that hectic workout, Zoe is getting ready for that, a strawberry and grapefruit smoothie, just to start your Thursday on the right note.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We're live, large and in charge on your Feel Good Breakfast show on this Thursday morning. And yes, it's one of those days again where Vodacom is about to make your day with up to 1 gigabyte of free data, offering customers a chance to explore more of the internet by giving you access to a new site every day of the week. And if you've been watching, you will know that Thursdays is all about Instagram. And on Instagram Thursday, Vodacom will be giving you access to this platform without any data charges. And Craig Howes is the Earth's photographer. Yes, he's the Earth's photographer, the only one. He's got over 250,000 followers on his personal Instagram profile, and that's not where his Instagram presence even stops. We'll talk about that now. Craig, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Dude, I recently took a look at your account and I followed you as well. Beautiful, beautiful images. Where did your journey with Instagram start?
Sort of the same way everyone starts, like taking pictures of your pets and shoes and like...
There's hope for all of us.
Yeah, then sort of getting a cell phone, taking some pictures and yeah, sort of like evolving from there.
And, I mean, besides your own personal Instagram profile as well, you run a couple of other profiles.
Yeah.
Tell me about those and what do you do on them?
So I started a couple of profiles called City of Cape Town, City of Joburg, pretty much most of the city of accounts in South Africa.
That's you?
Yeah.
Epic.
Yeah, so I made a bit of a business out of it.
Yeah?
Like a couple of years ago, I thought like Instagram was going to grow. So I got the big names, I put a lot of effort and time into it, and I got a really good team of people that I work with. Yeah, and then started an Instagram agency and content creation agency.
What do you say is the secret to creating compelling content that people want to latch onto? I guess, when you get to a certain following, like let's say 250,000, the chances of more people seeing the image are there, and then, kind of vicarious, like people do it anyway, but you've got to start somewhere with creating killer content. How do you do that?
Yeah, so it's sort of like creating trust with your audience. Like those people have been there for a long time, and basically just showing them consistent good content.
Yeah.
When you put branded content into your stuff, you need to be authentic, you need to be original and creative. So as long as it's creative and you're doing something special, like people enjoy seeing what you post.
Yeah, and I'm sure they enjoy seeing what you post. When you look back at those images, is there one that jumps at you, maybe a few that jump at you as your favorite, or do they all kind of like, oh, I've seen so many places, stamped so many passports?
I mean, a lot of my favorite pictures aren't on Instagram. I do a lot of travel stuff, a lot of portrait work, a lot of stuff that's not there. But yeah, I love looking back. Like that picture that's showing right now was in the Northern Lights. I took that actually of myself. It was a self-timer. Jumped on top of the...
So you had to run very quickly on top of the car.
Jumped on top of the car, like stood there with the torch on my head and like tried to...
Stand still.
Yeah, and I stood there for about 2 minutes making sure the shot was taken. But yeah, it was a good moment.
Do you have another one?
I think this was in Faroe. This is my mate Dean. Made a bit of a fire, camped, and yeah, at this beautiful lake in a place called Saxon in Faroe Islands.
Oh, dude, look at that. Is that in...
Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu!
That's in Peru. This is probably one of my favorite places. It's one of the few places I've been to where I actually didn't really want to take pictures. I just wanted to just sit there and chill with the llamas. Yeah, there's so many of them.
As one does when you're in Machu Picchu. Dude, thanks for the inspiration and keep growing your business and may it inspire so many out there, man.
Perfect, thank you.
Epic stuff, Craig Howes, man. So, to make your day, simply keep a positive data balance on your Vodacom SIM card, then dial *111*634# or download the latest version of the My Vodacom app and claim your free data daily. For more info and T's and C's, visit vodacom.co.za.
Oh, well, listen, it is Thursday morning. Time for us to do some fitness. We have Jory Bat from Huber Fitness and Kirsten Pat with us this morning. She is the founder of the Ripsticks, a.k.a. Gym Drum. So we're going to start a band, right?
Yes, I think so.
Cool. So you're going to incorporate a workout for us this morning using the Ripsticks.
Yeah, so Pound is a group fitness class that's inspired by drumming. You're going to get your cardio, your strength training, your conditioning all in one class, but instead of counting reps or looking at the clock, you get to have an instrument in your hands and drum.
Okay.
So I'll show you the first move. We have 4 positions. The first one's a just basic standing position, nice wide stance, soften the knees, engage the core, roll those shoulders back. We're gonna hit the music in a second here, but first we'll just grab the beat.
Okay.
Actually,
so
we'll go.
Waiting for the music.
Go
I'm gonna get off the carpet since that's waiting for danger to happen.
So we'll start by grabbing the beat. So just back and forth, nice deep breaths. Good. I'll make it easy on you guys to start.
Different.
Inhale up. Just get the blood flowing and down. Good. Go up. We're gonna travel all the way down, sneaking in that first squat. We hit center, up, right, center, and left. The great thing about this workout is you can modify everything, so you can take the strike pattern off the ground, go tap, tap, up, making it a little bit more difficult now. How are you guys feeling?
I'm concentrating.
We're about to speed it up. Get ready, and speed it up. We go down. Woo! Beautiful. Yes, you guys are good. Beautiful. All right, hang down here. We're gonna pound. Ready? Pound. Good. Go strike up. We've already snuck in way too many squats. Yes. Go down, up. Good.
This is so fun.
Thank you. All right. Should we go another round?
Yeah, do it.
A quick one, yes.
All right. Hold center. We're gonna strike forward. So down, up, switch sides. We're working our obliques here, our core. Beautiful. And our arms, of course. 2 tap, 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 tap. Good job, you guys. Look at them go. Amazing. And you guys can find these classes all around South Africa. Let's speed it up.
Much as the camera right there. Listen, it was great having Kirsten and Jory showing us how to do the rip stick workout. Make sure, where can people find you on social media?
You can find us at PoundFit and PoundFit.com.
There you go. Do check them out if you want to find out where you can do these workouts. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
The breakfast show. I want to carry on. Are we going to carry on? You guys can go.
Let's do some more pounding, shall we?
Oh man, it looks like Joey was doing the haka there for a moment. Absolutely love that. Hopefully you got up and you got beating as well. Joey, I've given you enough time to race across it because you're a really fast guy. Dude, what an awesome workout session, hey?
Feels like I'm in a musical and I don't know what to do. And it works, dude. You were able to stay in time with the music. Absolutely cool way to start
good
today.
Burn, definitely a good burn.
Yeah, completely. And we've entered that. I know you're bulking at the moment, I can tell, but we want to start trimming down now because we're heading into those summer months. But I think our immune system's still massively compromised at the moment.
Yeah,
so many people getting sick.
sick.
Vitamin C, vitamin C, vitamin C. We hear about it all the time. Now we're going to inject it into a smoothie that protects ourselves. I love this, dude.
Yeah.
What's going into
The
our
immune
smoothie?
booster one. Listen, a lot of people don't like grapefruit just by itself, so throw it in a smoothie. Same as spinach. If you don't like it, eat it just like that.
Disguise it is what he's saying. Disguise it. No, I love a little bit of grapefruit, and being in season, they can be really sweet as well. So they don't have to be that kind of
bitter
taste. Yeah, but it's going to help to kind of cut it up into manageable little sizes
looks
like
pieces
that.
of meat, eh?
It looks lovely. Protein, and protein. But
okay, I'm not going to pull that one out.
Don't make it
and then
too high.
Strawberries.
And we know these are in season at the moment.
So this one is going to be really sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, even if there's a little bit of bitterness still in that, we're going to...
Dude, after that workout, bro, you've earned it. I think you might need a little bit of a sugary boost. It's all right.
Just some honey.
Cool.
Okay, and ginger always good.
And a whack of it as well, dude.
Yeah.
Hey? And then, of course, our liquid component.
Put it
the
to
entire
your
amount,
preference.
Yeah.
A little bit of water or ice blocks you can put into this one.
I love that,
and
man.
that's it.
Okay,
Let's mix it up.
Wrap this guy up. And I think it's important to remember that these sorts of things are also, great in terms of your psychology for the day. When you know that you're giving yourself something that's going to protect you and boost your energy, just helps you start your day on just the right footing. So the key word here is drink. So 33728. I'm not going to mash it up too much. I want some of those little cells to still be in there, but this looks fresh. It looks like it packs a punch. And let's see if this will get you dancing in the morning. That looks beautiful, dude. And you've earned it, bro. I'm not going to...
Oh, you can smell that ginger.
Oh, that smells amazing, dude. I'm going to just drink it straight now. I'll pour my own. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, dude, for bringing such awesome inspiration on the fitness front to us this morning. I think a lot of people loving that.
Completely new,
I think Zoe's still beating her drumsticks there.
Moving.
I love that. Again, the keyword is drink to 33728. Go and make yourself a protective smoothie this morning. Cheers, boy.
This one's definitely going to protect. I can taste it.
22 years ago, Nelson Mandela said that freedom cannot be achieved unless women have been emancipated from all forms of oppression. And because we celebrated Women's Day yesterday, we thought that we'd share some interesting facts about the special day on this Throwback Thursday.
Throwback Thursday. Once again, just putting that spotlight on you beautiful women this morning. Now, did you know that on the 9th of August, more than 50,000 women marched at the Union Buildings in Pretoria in protest against apartheid-era past stores. That's where it all originated from.
Absolutely. Well, the protest was led by Lillian Ngoyi, Helen Joseph, Albertina Sisulu, and of course Sophia Williams de Bruyn. And those were just some of the women that led to where we are today.
Yeah, iconic women at that as well. Now, after dropping off petitions with more than 100,000 signatures at Prime Minister Yehia Stradum's offices, the women stood in silence for 30 minutes. Can you imagine how powerful that must have been?
Absolutely. And then, of course, we know that the song was made in honor of the occasion, Watinti Abafazi, Watinti Imbikodo, which translates to "You strike a woman, you strike a rock," representing women's courage and strength in South Africa, which is still so prevalent today as women continue to push forward and, of course, make sure that we have equality, not just for women, but for all South Africans.
Absolutely. Now, that was our Thursday throwback on shining that spotlight on you beautiful women out there. But have you learned anything new around Women's Day this morning? You can always connect with us on social media, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3 on Facebook, and at Expresso Show on Twitter. And always remember to use that hashtag Expresso Show.
Oh, well, you know what? Women's Day may be over, but you still have the chance for the Top Women Awards to look forward to. Now, on the 17th of August in Johannesburg, the annual Top Women Awards will be bringing together an audience of iconic business leaders and personalities to celebrate the success of women and business-led organizations. Now, the event is now in its 14th year and will once again acknowledge the most sustainable and most successful gender empowerment strategies of the organizations across all sectors. Now, to win VIP tickets for you and a friend to this prestigious event, all you have to do is simply SMS the keyword awards followed by your name and surname and city to 33728. Now, those SMSs are charged at R1.50 per SMS, and free SMSs do not apply. T's and C's apply and can be found on our Expresso website. But for more information on this fantastic event, make sure you visit www.topwomen.co.za.
Well, thank you very much to all the ladies out there who inspire each and every one of us every single day. Happy Women's Month to you. Now, it's time for us to take a quick break. When we come back, we take a look at something very, very delicious in the kitchen. We're going to be making toasted s'mores dip. And then, in terms of travel, if you are a traveler, we've got a great conversation to have with you about all the destinations in the world where the rand is strong. In Amanda, you can buy everything. Everything.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And you know what? When it comes to traveling, sometimes with the rand, it's not always that easy. It's no secret that the rand has weakened. But for most of us, it feels like international travel is impossible, but that's not the case. If you've given up all hope on finding an inexpensive overseas holiday from South Africa, then do not worry, because Travel Start has gone in search of rand-friendly overseas destinations where you won't be doing multiplications in your mind all holiday. We have Emma Verhoeven here to fire things up, to get that list going in your head. And Emma, it's great to have you on Expresso.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's talk about some of those rand-friendly destinations. First of all, if you had to define it, please give us a little definition on that.
So by rand-friendly destinations, we're obviously not necessarily speaking about a country whose currency is weaker than ours. We're talking about, destinations where you can get more bang for your buck. So places like, Mauritius, Bali, those kind of places where, how much is the Coke there? How much is the cost of a hotel? How much is the public transport there? And is it more affordable than it would be in South Africa or sort of less affordable?
Yeah, you want to know where can you get value for your rand when traveling. Now, can you give us a couple of examples? You mentioned Mauritius. What else is on that travel list where we can go?
So Bali's on the top of everyone's list at the moment, and Morocco is becoming more and more sort of popular. And in Travel Start, we're actually seeing a huge trend in South Africa where people are looking at sort of Eastern European countries, the sort of Romanias, Bulgarias, those sort of places, Hungary, which sort of offer all of that European charm that we love, but at a fraction of the cost that a more obvious choice like Amsterdam or Paris is obviously hellishly more expensive.
Yes. Now, for someone planning a budget-friendly trip, what are some of the things they need to keep in mind? I mean, I know accommodation is generally a very expensive one, including food, but what's your take on that?
So my number one tip would probably be to not choose a destination purely on the cost of the flight to get there. For example, London you can get very, very cheap flights to go to London. However, when you get there, it's so expensive that, the amount that you've saved on your flight is actually not worthwhile. Whereas if you fly to somewhere like Thailand, you're paying 1 or 2 grand more for your flight, but you're saving, a couple of £100 per night on your accommodation alone. And if you're going on a 2-week holiday, it's easy to save, a couple 4 or 5 grand or so like that.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Now, I know it's Travel Start's 11th birthday. Where's the one destination a lot of South Africans have been booking, like making sure they've been getting to?
So for us, time and time, month in, month out, Thailand and Mauritius are the number 1 and number 2 destinations. And we're actually going to have some awesome deals on them at the end of the month to those destinations. So keep your eyes on Travel Start.
That's right.
So those, consistently, they're great. The weather is pretty good the whole year round. They're pretty affordable to fly to. The accommodation is good. It's a great mixture of beautiful beaches and culture, good food, all of that stuff. So,
we'll have more with Emma, so make sure you don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show, because Travel Start is also flipping the script this month, and they're giving you a gift to celebrate their 11th birthday. How would you like to win flights for 2 to Ibiza worth 25,000 Rand? Well, it really is easy. All you have to do is SMS the keyword travel and your email address to 33728.
So bright and early on your Thursday morning, jumping into the kitchen with a lovely Gabriela Esposito this morning, who's come to spoil our diets this morning with something amazing, okay? It's a s'mores dip, because it's s'mores day. There's an actual day on the calendar, because s'mores are just that amazing that they resonate all around the world with people all over. And this is a very interesting looking kind of creation, Gabby.
We spoke about it. I mean, you've got marshmallows, which has got egg whites, which is protein.
she's trying to just make me feel better.
Yes, so you can eat it.
For trying to follow a healthy diet, but there's protein in there. Chocolates, cocoa beans, it's also healthy.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah, we know it. It's amazing. Right, let's go for it.
So it's actually a very easy recipe, and also it looks really beautiful.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you, if you wouldn't mind,
Not at all.
oven mitts. We've got a pan that's been sitting in the oven just to heat it up, because it just makes the process a lot quicker.
Okay. So this is a...
So we've got a hot pan.
A hot
So do
pan.
this with caution, please.
All right, there we go.
And what we're going to do is we're going to add some butter to the pan. And you can see it's immediately start melting, which is a win.
Yes.
And then we're going to immediately add our chocolate.
Okay, so it's going to all kind of now melt together.
Yes, because you don't really want it to melt too much, because it still needs to go into the oven.
Yes.
So you kind of want it to be like, just give it a bit of a stir. The butter will naturally melt. So this is looking good. And we've got a bit of a pinch of salt over here just to kind of...
Wow. This is like the ultimate cold weather treat.
Oh, yeah.
Hey?
I mean, I can eat this by myself.
I can imagine sitting in place of in front of a fireplace.
Oh, yes.
Just chilling out with the family. Got maybe a nice movie going, something like that,
Sounds good, except I wouldn't want to share it, so...
This is okay, hence you made a small pan for yourself.
Yes.
You left a big pan for me, though.
Yes.
Which is amazing, you see?
So what we've got here...
Hers.
So we've got some marshmallows. We've got pink here, you can do white, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
But the trick is we've cut them in half.
Right.
Otherwise, it's like this... I know we always love marshmallows. It's like an influx of marshmallows if
Yeah.
you do them too much. So you just simply cut them in half, and you're just going to like put them out. And they do expand when you put them in the heat, so you can put a bit of space in between.
As marshmallows do.
As they do.
As they do.
And so I'm just going to kind of top them up there a
Wow.
little bit neatly. And then you kind of just simply pop this in the oven. You'll see that they bake it off. And
Alright.
this is what our ready-made one looks like. So you kind of do it for about 10 minutes or until you're happy with the toastiness.
Yeah.
And if you still want it to be a little bit extra toasty, you can also just remove it from the oven and take a blowtorch and toast it on top.
I see. And then it
Yes.
comes
Looks
out like
that.
this.
And then I've served it with ginger biscuits because I like a bit of a spice, or we could do traditional shortbread.
So basically, you will just take a biscuit.
Take a biscuit and just dump.
And you'll take a scoop.
Yes.
All right. Wow. Okay. That keyword is dip. SMS dip to 33728. That's dip to 33728 for your toasted marshmallow s'mores in a pan, man.
Hey,
that is
in a pan.
amazing. That is amazing. Try this one at home. Dip to 33728. Something sweet to kickstart your Thursday morning.
Whoop up your foodie creativity with Clover Cream. Made with love by Clover.
Well, a lot of us have had to put our travel plans on hold given the shrinking power of the rand, but luckily there are still some exciting countries to visit where the rand retains its strength. Now, whether you're looking for a holiday in Europe, Southeast Asia or Africa, Travel Star's Emma Verhoeven joins us again this morning to chat about rand-friendly destinations that could be exactly what your heart and wallet have been wishing for. Now, Emma, earlier we spoke about, all the different destinations where you get value for the rand.
Yeah.
But when it comes to booking your flights for these rand-friendly destinations, when should we be booking them?
So usually, as a rule of thumb, the further in advance that you can book it, the better.
cheaper.
But that said, if there's flights that are not entirely full, usually about 6 weeks to a month before, if you're willing to sort of hedge your bets, if you book about 6 weeks or so before, you're quite likely to get a great deal as well. But that's more sort of off-peak seasons.
So you say it's a little bit of a risk.
Yes, you're sort of risking whether or not they're going to sell out of all of those seats, in which case they won't drop the prices. But if there's availability on those flights, then they're very likely to drop the price a few weeks before.
Okay. Let's talk about, because you mentioned earlier Mauritius
Yes.
is a great destination, Thailand's a great destination,
Yes.
to get value for the rand.
Yes.
What is the current exchange rate and how, so that we can put it into practicality of how you get value for the rand?
Yeah, so if you're looking at the Indian Ocean side, Mauritius is quite a lot cheaper than Seychelles and Maldives. The Mauritian rupee is about 2.5 Mauritian rupees to the rand at the moment. So you can get about a week-long holiday for about 12,000 rand in Mauritius, and that includes flights, accommodation, some food, some activities, that sort of thing. So it's actually very well priced.
That is well priced. And you know what, apart from for someone seeking that city buzz, in my mind, I think a lot of people also assume that the city's more expensive.
Yeah, absolutely. So the thing with the cities is that even though there's, less free sort of activities to do, like swimming and that sort of thing, those cities are usually a bit more accessible. So getting to the cities themselves usually tends to be a bit cheaper. And then once you're there, they also have, a much greater option than these deserted islands in terms of, accommodation and restaurants and that sort of thing. So there tends to be sort of someone for everyone. And, at the moment we're loving sort of Bucharest and Budapest, they have that sort of old school European charm, a buzzing nightlife, and are still really affordable.
Oh, well, Emma, thank you so much for joining us this
Thank
morning.
you, Zoe.
So make sure when when that wanderlust bug bites us, make sure there's, very little that stops you from really going after and indulging in that trip. So in celebration of Travel Start's 11th birthday, one lucky Expresso viewer will win flights for two to Ibiza worth 25,000 rand. Now, to enter, you simply have to SMS the keyword travel and your email address to our number 33728. T's and C's apply, and those can be found on our website expressoshow.com, and your entries must be in by the 31st of August. Each SMS will only cost you R1.50, but for more great travel deals, visit travelstart.co.za.
Book on Travel Start. We will turn your guilt trips into good trips.
All right, so we're having quite a bit of fun right in the Expresso kitchen.
Yes.
You know what, Leanne? I don't know how your drawing is going to make it onto the Marmite jar. If you can't even finish it. Like, you've had so much time, you got to put something concrete on there.
There is something concrete.
Like what? Two purple dots?
There's method to the madness, okay? I'm busy creating a work of art. I am a Picasso in the making.
Yeah, I can see that. Like little two little...
What's aliens going on there?
out of this
Alien
world. Like, this is... Come on. Come on. Look at the artistic genius. It looks like you didn't even pass preschool.
No.
Hey? I don't know if you can, but anyways, listen, it is a great competition that we are talking about because Marmite is actually looking for 3 new custom jar labels that is designed by you at home, which is very, very interesting. Now, to stand a chance to win one of 3 MacBook Pros loaded with full design software, then enter the Marmite Art of the Jar Challenge. Not only will you win this fantastic prize, but your winning design will also feature on limited edition Marmite bottles in stores. It could be yours. You could be looking at it. It's
Sounds
amazing.
amazing. So to enter, all you need to do is buy 2 jars of Marmite and keep the till slip. Then visit their website on marmite.co.za and download the Marmite competition template. So design your own Art of the Jar label and upload your creation along with the till slip to the website. Now for T's and C's, you can go and check out Marmite SA on Facebook. And remember that the competition closes on the 21st of August. I'm definitely beating you.
You really got to do better than that because...
I'm working on it. I'm proud.
Oh, this show is just making me so hungry.
Is Leanne drawing stickmen?
I think she might be. Oh, come on, raise your game, Lee. Some awesome prizes on offer. So in the interest of a very well-balanced show this morning, after the break, we're going to help you get rid of those pesky pests.
And then while we're doing that, we'll also get into the kitchen. Using one of my favorite fruits, the humble banana. We'll be making the ultimate banana split. Say it with me now. Banana. Banana.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on this Thursday morning. Thank you so much for joining us as we continue this journey. Almost in the weekend, isn't it?
Oh my
Always
goodness,
so exciting.
it's Friday Eve, like Leanne would say.
Yes, Friday Eve. Well, love is in the air, you guys. I'm loving it because the air between Kourtney Kardashian and her boyfriend, Younes Benjima, is certainly hot and sizzling. You know he's 24, right?
No.
She's 38. Yes, I
Where's
love
the
it.
Lord Disick?
What? No,
Is
he
he
must
gone?
go. He must go.
The Lord must
right.
go.
So taking to social media, both Kourtney and Younes shared snaps of themselves on an exotic vacation in Egypt. The photos clearly show them having a fabulous time together, and according to sources, it's part of his way of introducing her to his Arab roots. No word on whether the lovebirds will be visiting his birthplace, which is Algeria, but these photos already prove that they're having an exotic summer love.
Is he trying to push his tummy out there? Like, dude, we know you're rocking a six-pack. So like, why?
Exactly.
Why?
Well, she's definitely taking after her mom, you know, with a younger guy.
I'm just happy. I'm sorry, I was never a fan of how
I
Scott
was not a fan
treated
of,
her.
no.
So I'm happy she's now cut ties, or at least it seems that way.
And no drama either. Drama-free. We don't want
These
drama.
guys, though, guys.
These
This
guys
is couple
are
goals right
amazing.
here happening.
Well, onto another hot couple, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who are rumored to also be in Africa. According to multiple sources, the royal and his actress girlfriend arrived in Botswana earlier this week as part of Harry's gift gift to Meghan for her 36th birthday.
Oh,
now,
wow.
they've reportedly been on a few safaris, and their stay is suspected to continue well into late August. And of course, seeing as though they haven't been photographed on the trip as yet, perhaps the longer stay will bring some adorable photos of the couple. But I love the two of them, hey?
I think they make a beautiful couple.
They do.
I think
without a doubt.
their trip to Africa
Yes.
wouldn't be complete if they didn't come to Cape Town. They need to come
together. But you know,
see this,
but they're
one of the 7 natural wonders of the
They're so
world.
stealthy, though. They're here, but we don't know they're here. But guys, can you
No, I
imagine
wanna
if they
hunt
get
to find
married?
Chris
We're going to have these
Evans. I hear
beautiful
he's in Cape
caramel
Town
babies.
Caramel babies.
How did you figure that there'd be caramel? Just explain that recipe to me quickly.
Because Meghan is like brown and he is white, and together they're going to make caramel.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That
think they're gonna
baking
have
recipe
cappuccino
doesn't
babies?
really... I'd go more like strawberry caramel. Strawberry caramel.
I don't know how strawberry caramel tastes, but okay.
Delish.
That was our international entertainment news for you on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
With some ginger.
Anyway, listen, guys. If you are like Zoe and you recently moved into a new place, you might find that, hey, the pests are everywhere.
Oh, no. Wow.
They're everywhere. No, I'm just saying, in case if you haven't done any, preparations and made everything right, then trust Snappy Home to help you out with that problem.
When your home is invaded by unwanted critters, who are you going to call? The Ghostbusters? I don't think so. Well, there's a new app on the market that has a host of home services, all at a simple click of a button. And one of them happens to be pest control.
Creatures like fish moths, wasps, and even ants are unavoidable, but it's a nightmare when they become a pest problem.
Diane, I've been facing this horrible ant infestation, and I've tried to treat it myself, but it unfortunately hasn't worked. How can the app help?
Well, Brett, it's actually very simple. You will book the service on our app, and within 2 hours we can have one of our pest control experts at your home. They will assess the situation and come up with a plan to sort it out for you. The treatment is actually very simple. It's to spray around the perimeter of your home as well as the inside of your home. And also, if you have a really bad problem, they would probably want to do a gel in your kitchen cupboards where all the food and stuff is that's attracting them.
So if I have kids or pets at home, will this harm them?
Absolutely not. The products that our service partners do use are eco-friendly, and they're not harmful to pets or humans at all, and mostly odorless as well.
I know that there are many home invaders that we have to face now and again, but what are the most common?
So cockroaches aren't pleasant to have around your home because they move very easily from filth into food. They contaminate the utensils in your kitchens, the appliances in your kitchen. Some people have actually developed allergies from the shedding of their shells. And then, of course, your good old fish moth. The one, where you take out your favorite T-shirt, you want to put it on and it's got that terrible little hole in it. They are living in your closets and you need to deal with them, otherwise they will eat all your T-shirts.
A lot of people may be thinking that it's rather easy to call in the pest control guy. I mean, you just search online and there's someone there. But what is the added value that Snappy Home app offers?
Snappy Home guarantees the service of our service partner. So if you are not satisfied with the service, we obviously will not pay the service partner until you are. But one of the nice services we do offer is a quality control check at least 7 to 14 days after the pest control or the treatment's been done. And this is to ensure that the infestation has actually been dealt with to your satisfaction.
Wow, and will this cost me extra because Snappy is involved?
There's no additional cost if you use one of Snappy Home's service partners. The costs are determined based on the infestation, the different types of pests that need to be treated, the size of the area that needs to be treated, and they charge what they would charge the man on the street. So Snappy Home customers do not pay extra for this service. It's a free service we offer our customers by acting as the middleman between the service partner and the customer and ensuring customer satisfaction.
I consider myself a manly man. Spiders, cockroaches, snakes, I can handle them all.
Snappy Home provides pest control services as well as wood borer beetles clearance certificates for coastal homes.
Tertia, I know that service delivery is of utmost importance when it comes to the app.
Absolutely, Brett. That's one of the things in South Africa that you just don't get anymore, is that service excellence. And we call it awesome service because it's so important to us. It's about the customers. It's how we can make their lives easier. And therefore, we have a customer promise. The first thing is that we will always be on time. We will do that job right the first time because time is money. Third one is that awesome service. And then the fourth, but definitely not the least, is that we will promise and guarantee that service delivery for the customer.
So where can one download this incredible app, and in which areas are your services available?
It's so easy. You go to your App Store or your Play Store, you type in Snappy Home, our poppy little hand will come up, you click there, and it's free of cost. Voila, it's in the palm of your hand. And we are available in the beautiful Johannesburg, Pretoria, Cape Town and Durban.
It's so easy. Head to your app store right now and download the Snappy Home app.
Gone are the days of me having to run around the home armed with a broom, trying to get rid of rats, spiders, and cockroaches. Snappy will have it covered in a snap.
Snappy Home. We make life a little easier.
Now, from maintaining your home to the perfect design with a Win a Home new series in full swing on Afternoon Express every Friday. Our competing design duos are definitely catching everyone's attention at the moment. And if you would like to meet these incredible designers, then come down to Decorex Joburg and 100% Design South Africa tomorrow and Saturday, where they're going to be making the following appearances. So first up, tomorrow, the 11th of August, we've got Decorex Joburg at the Gourmet Cooking Theatre in Hall 2, and that's at 1:30. Then again on Saturday, the 12th of August, they're going to be at 100% Design South Africa in the Media Lounge in Hall 1 again at 1:30. All of that going down at Gallagher Convention Centre.
All right, here we go with yet another sweet treat by Gabby in the Expresso kitchen this morning. And we have to say, you know, I think when it comes to banana split, it has to be like the mother of all ice creams, okay? But we're going to show you this morning, right here in your Feel Good Breakfast Show kitchen, that you don't have to head down to your nearest ice cream store to get one, because you can make it yourself. And we're going to fill it with delicious different flavors and a fresh dollop of cream on top.
I know that you laugh at me, but like it actually could be a little bit healthy.
You think so?
Because we use coconut oil. Good for you.
Bananas.
And bananas.
Potassium.
Yeah, fresh cream. If you're banting, I mean, it's fantastic. I feel like.
Listen, we don't really care about diets right now.
Yeah.
Let's just make this dessert.
Okay, so let's get our bananas on. So I've got a pan here that's been heated up.
Right.
And I'm going to throw in some coconut oil.
All right.
And a little bit of coconut sugar.
Got it.
So that's basically going to caramelize. So we can give that a minute just to stir there.
Okay, so you kind of need a very hot pan when you start the process.
Not really. It melts the coconut oil a lot quicker, and then also caramelizes your banana really nicely. So I find it a bit better if it's hot, but if it's not, like chilled. While I'm waiting for that to caramelize, I'm also going to be making a chocolate ganache for us to pour over. So I've got a little bit of clover cream here.
All right.
And a little bit of there, which I'm going to heat up.
Perfect.
And so this is caramelizing quite nicely.
There we go.
There. So we got our clover cream there. And then I've got some chocolate which we're going to melt.
Into your fresh cream?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm doing a bit of a swapsy here because this I must not forget.
You know, you see, this is a perfect example that women can multitask.
Yes.
If that was me, it would have been a big problem.
So we're melting our chocolate's melting beautifully here. So you give a bit of a stir, and our chocolate ganache is looking amazing.
Fantastic.
So I put that aside there.
Okay.
And then what I'm going to do is simply put our bananas into our hot pan.
Right.
And they're going to caramelize.
Okay.
So just going to chuck them in there.
Perfect, and that's going to absorb all that nice coconutty
Yes, so we can give that a minute.
flavors.
You just want to let it sit, like you don't want to touch it.
Okay.
And then that's what it looks like.
All right,
so
are you going to turn it
caramelized.
at any stage?
For like, I literally let it sit for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you do a quick flip. So now it's happy, it's sitting.
Okay, it must
so we'll leave it now.
It must chill.
It must chill.
In the heat.
Yes.
Okay.
So what we have now is we need to whip up our cream, because you need whipped cream for a banana split.
Yes.
And I know that you are so keen to help me whip up.
Of course I am, yes. So we know that, of
there.
course, your clover cream, great for baking, cooking, whatever the case may be. So is there a method to whisking cream up until it gets nice and fluffy? Or?
Well, I mean, you either could use a whisk or you could use a beater to make your life a bit easier.
Yeah.
But you basically want to do that for probably about like 5 minutes. But then it looks like that. So we're
but
just showing
this is
people what
doubled
you
in
do.
size, I'm just saying, in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, it goes up very nicely.
Okay, that's how quick I'm actually going. All
Very
right.
impressive. Very impressive.
Look at that, it's getting creamy.
It's getting there. So all you basically do is you keep on doing that until you have your whipped cream.
I'm always up for a challenge, eh? I'm gonna get this there.
I'm very impressed. I'd be like, no. So good for you.
No, all good, all good.
And now comes the fun part of
Assembling.
Mantling. Assembling.
You start the assembling process. The keyword is clover. Esme is that to 33728. That's clover to 33728 to get your hands on this ultimate banana split dessert recipe. Man, it looks amazing. But if you missed any of those steps while we assemble, here, take a quick look. Absolutely mouth-wateringly delicious. SMS the keyword Clover to 33728 to get your hands on the recipe. Check it out on our website as well later on today, expressoshow.com. All right, Gabby, quickly take us through what you've done to create this masterpiece.
So we've got some melted peanut butter. This has been so fun. Some melted peanut butter, some chopped pecans,
Yes.
a little bit of chocolate chips, and now finally our melted chocolate, and obviously, you know, fresh cherries or your maraschino
Oh
cherries.
my goodness. Just
Hey
like
now.
that. Once again, perfect for those chilly winter evenings.
Yes.
You know, we just want to indulge a little bit. Thank you very much.
It's
Really
a pleasure.
appreciate
I'm just
it.
going to keep on topping this because...
You do that. Clover is the keyword. SMS that to 33728.
Whoop up your foodie creativity with Clover Cream. Made with love by Clover.
Well, from super delicious treats to super talented musicians, Seven is our guest artist today, and he'll be making more music for us after the break.
And don't miss out, we're also celebrating World Lion Day. They've been making the headlines, but we'll be going into the wild, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you after the break.
Come on, Zoe, let your inner lion out.
Can't remember if we were both exposed, just one of many pieces we should have left alone. Was there a moment could have walked away? Can't help to think that we are the only ones to blame. You knew I had fallen. Yeah. And I had one wish. Forget who we are. Forget who we are.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yeah, we're live, large and in charge of your breakfast feel-good feeling in the morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Expresso. Seven is the man of the hour, our guest artist who earlier on performed his brand new hit, and he's about to sing another one of his songs called Forget Who We Are.
Can't remember if we were both exposed, just one of many pieces we should have left alone. Was there a moment we could have walked away? Can't help to think that we are the only ones to blame. You knew I had fallen, I knew you were broken. Still we fell into the night, and I had one wish. You had our hearts. It's hard to imagine, started apart. There's one more wish to save our hearts, and God knows we tried to. We could never be apart and forget who we are. I still remember when our eyes first met. There was never gonna be a way that we would never have regrets. You knew I had fallen, I knew you were broken. Still we fell into the night, and I had one wish. You had our hearts. It's hard to imagine we started apart. Just one more wish to save our hearts. tried to, we could never be apart and forget who we are. One more wish just to save our hearts. One more wish so we'd never be apart. One more wish just to save our hearts. One more wish just to save our hearts. One more wish so we'd never be apart. One more wish just to save our hearts. One more wish so we'd never be apart. And I had one wish, you had our hearts. It's hard to imagine we started apart. Just one more wish to save our hearts. And God knows we tried to, we could never be apart and forget who we are.
7 on your feel-good breakfast show with Forget Who We Are, man. Thank you so much for the beautiful music.
Thank you for having me.
Much appreciated, man. So, going back in your journey with music, your dad was a guitarist and a traveling musician as well. What was that life like for you, going from show to show, seeing him perform, and what were some of those experiences like?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing to be exposed to as a kid, I think, you know. I like the idea of not... I think people live lives and kind of go, we have to provide stability for kids, which isn't always the right thing, you know. So for me, it was cool growing up in not a traditional way in that way. Yeah.
That's an amazing perspective to look at it from. And then when did you come to the stage where you realized that music would be your career path? Because you do music on very different levels.
Yeah. I mean, my mom took me for a piano lesson when I was, I think, 7, and yeah, I went home and said, well, that's it. You know, that's going to be my life.
7 years old, man. Knew where it was. That's how you make it.
Yeah,
but listen, and then further on to that, throughout your career as well, you've worked behind the scenes as a producer, as an engineer, and now frontman doing your thing. What was that transition? What made you make the transition from that side to this side?
You know, when you're working with other artists, it's often... You're always trying to kind of bring out the best in them and kind of, you know, find what their thing is and find... you know, what makes them tick. So I came to a point where I guess I had a need for just being able to do that for myself, you know, to tell my story and to be able to make music that I enjoy, you know. And I mean, I still love working with other people, but it's kind of feeding two parts of your soul, you know.
Absolutely. So latest song, Speed of the Night, is out now. Can we expect a music video sometime soon? Have you kind of gone into a full
should be
process?
out on Monday, actually.
Next week, Monday? All right, so you'll put it out on social media and we can follow it
absolutely.
What's your social media handle?
7 Official. All of them,
With a double V?
Yeah, double V,
What's up with a double V?
You know what happened was my real name's Ricky Martins, which is not very rock and roll, you know. So I was playing in a band, and the guy was like, "We need a better stage name for you." So I used Ricky 7 for a long time, just because my surname has 7 letters, and then. You know, when I started this project, I just dropped the Ricky, it just became 7, and then I guess for the need to have a unique space in terms of, you know, when you're Googling it and when you're looking for it, you know, that 50 million other things not popped up, we just changed the spelling and made it.
So South Africa, you know, it is not a spelling mistake. Check him out at 7 Official. And yeah, we look forward to that music video next week, Monday. Thank you so much. Let us know what you thought about that performance on our Feel Good Breakfast Show's Facebook page.
En die nasionale nuuspresident Jacob Zuma sê enigeen wat vroue mishandel moet ongeag sy posisie die volle mag van die reg voel. Zuma het gister in Kimberley op die regering se amptelike Vrouedagviering die woord gevoer. Hy het gesê diegene wat vroue mishandel moet vervolg word. Die polisie het opdrag om gevalle van vroue en kinders wat mishandel word as voorkeurmisdade te hanteer. Zuma het ook melding gemaak van die vordering in onlangse jare om vroue te bemagtig. China se nuwe ambassadeur in Suid-Afrika, Lin Songtian, het plegtig onderneem om betrekkinge tussen sy land en Suid-Afrika te verbeter. Songtian het gister saam met sy vrou in Suid-Afrika aangekom. Hy het die media met sy aankoms op die OR Tambo internasionale lughawe te woord gestaan. Terwyl dit nie die eerste keer is dat hy die land besoek nie, het die nuwe ambassadeur gesê hy is bereid om as 'n skakeldiens te doen en met Suid-Afrikaners uit alle vlakke van die samelewing saam te werk. Op die internasionale front, Iran se president Hassan Rouhani het 3 vroue as visiepresidente aangestel en 1 as burgerregte assistent. Dit volg op kritiek omdat sy kabinet net uit mans bestaan. Die aanstellings word as 'n belangrike stap in transformasie binne die kabinet beskou. Nog net 1 vrou het sedert die Islamitiese revolusie van Iran in 1979 in die kabinet gedien. Die kabinet het nog deur die kabinet moet nog deur die parlement goedgekeur word. En dan ten slotte 'n aardbewing van 7.0 op die Richterskaal het 'n afgeleë bergagtige deel van die suidwestelike provinsie Sichuan in China getref. 19 mense, waaronder 6 toeriste het omgekom en 247 is beseer. Toeriste en inwoners word stelselmatig ontruim waar grondstortings voorkom. Sichuan word dikwels deur aardbewings getref. 'n Reuse aardbewing daar in Mei 2008 vir die dood, of liewer was vir die dood van bykans 70,000 mense verantwoordelik. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Here's a final look at what's happening in the world of sport.
We start our sport this morning with a huge congratulations to Eben Etzebeth, who has been named as the stand-in captain of the Springbok team for their upcoming Rugby Championship matches. In place of the injured Warren Whiteley, Etzebeth takes over the leadership role, having already captained the national side during their 35-12 win over France back in June. And of course, the Springboks open their championship account next weekend with a clash against Argentina in Port Elizabeth. Then staying with rugby, round 4 of the Currie Cup took place last night, and it saw wins for the Sharks, Cheetahs and Griquas. The Sharks beating the Bulls by 28 points to 20 in a nail-biter in Pretoria to earn a bonus point win, which keeps them in second place on the log. Some other results saw the Cheetahs maintain their unbeaten run with a 45-34 win over the Pumas, while the Griquas, they downed Western Province by 44 points to 34 in Kimberley. And we have to thank everyone who came out to donate their sanitary products for the Caring for Girls campaign. We really do appreciate your support. Then, fresh off his victory in the 400 metres, Wade van Niekerk booked his place in the final of the 200 metres last night at the IAAF World Championships in London, giving us some grey hairs along the way, finishing third in his heat. Van Niekerk missed out on automatic qualification, but his time of 28.28 seconds was just enough to push Jamaican Johan Blake out of that spot and to earn a spot in the final. So the final of the 200 metres set to take place today at 10 to 11 South African time, while of course Caster Semenya and Jenna Lofstrand are also in action today in the 800 metre heats, and that's at 25 minutes past 8. Then moving on to tennis, finally, Roger Federer, having the year of his life at the moment, stormed into the third round of the Rogers Cup last night after cruising past Canadian Peter Polansky. The world number 3 needed less than an hour on court to wrap up a 6-2, 6-1 win. Federer will next face his old foe David Ferrer in the round of 16. Also marching on, South Africa's Kevin Anderson, in blistering form at the moment, moved through to the next round after beating Pablo Carreño Busta in straight sets as well. And that's a wrap of your sport for this morning.
Well, let's take a final look at the roads. In Gauteng and Randburg, there are some heavy delays on the N1 southbound. That's due to a vehicle on fire before the Malibongwe Drive exit. Now, the left lane's been closed. You can expect congestion from Paulshof. If you're in Cape Town and Athlone on the N2 inbound, there's also been an accident. It's in the left lane at the Borchards Quarry Road exits. You can also expect delays from Meway. That's a wrap on your traffic on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much. Let's quickly take a look at your weather for the very last time on your Thursday. And it looks like most parts of the country can expect sunny conditions, with particularly hot conditions expected over the northeastern coastline. However, over in the Western Cape, still chilly temperatures this morning with cloudy conditions, so stay nice and warm. Ons laat weer vinnig deur. Polokwane begin op 6 grade minimum en 'n maksimum 22 grade. Mbombela 10 27, Pretoria 8 22, Johannesburg 7 en 'n maksimum 21, Mahikeng 7 25, Klerksdorp skop af op 8 grade, dit styg na 25, Kimberley 9 26, Bloemfontein koel 4 grade minimum vanoggend en 'n matige 24 later. Richards Bay 16 28, Pietermaritzburg 12 and a very hot maximum of 30. Durban 18 27, Mthatha 11 29, East London 14 23, Cradock 10 26, Port Elizabeth 11 21, George 11 20, Sutherland 3 this morning with a maximum 16 degrees, Cape Town 12 15, Worcester on 10 minimum and a maximum 19, Springbok 2 21 and Uppington on 6 degrees minimum, reaching a hot maximum maximum of 28 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show for your Thursday morning.
So Vodacom is about to meg your day with, get this, up to 1 free gig of data. You get to explore Facebook Monday, Lifestyle Tuesday, Gaming Wednesday, Instagram Thursday, Today, Music Friday, Sports Saturday, and of course Video Sunday. How you put yourself in line is simply keep a positive data balance on your Vodacom SIM card. Then you dial *111*634#, or even easier, just download the latest version of the My Vodacom app and claim your free data daily. And you can get all of the terms and conditions and all info on it and that promotion on vodacom.co.za.
Well, from producer to a musician and, of course, singer, songwriter, Earthang, basically. Seven is in studio, and we wanted to know from you, what did you think of his performance this morning? Let's see what you had to say. Belinda says, so happy to finally see Seven on Expresso, an amazing musician. Donnie says, that was great. You guys rock every morning. Tlompo says, wow, oh, wow, top-notch performance. Talwanda says, wow, what good music. I'm enjoying it again. Shem in Port Elizabeth. Warmer, okay. Sipe says, thumbs up to you, my brother. Chevron says, awesome tune. And then Retabela says, wow, he is one of the best. Let's end it off with Tobeka that says, I heard him. He's lit. Honestly, he is. Yes, he sure is lit. And he's been taking our mornings to a whole nother level with that incredible voice.
Well, stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. When we come back, we go into the wild and we recognize what today is, which is World Lion Day. And we're going to be speaking to Fiona Miles from the Four Paws organization, who's here to tell us more about why we should be caring about our big cats.
And speaking about big cats and birds, well, listen, Sandcob's new seabird hospital, we'll be bringing you that story after the break.
Who doesn't love more travels and more savings? Expresso viewers, explore the Middle East or Africa and get up to 30% off hotel accommodation and participating restaurants when you book to stay between the 21st of May and the 9th of September 2017. With more choices, you can enjoy adventure, relaxation, cities or beaches. To book, visit protea.marriott.com or call 0861 11 9000.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, we say we appreciate you so much. This is my favorite segment of the week as we take you back into the wild. And today it's International Lion Day. Stop lying around, get up and listen. So lions have been in the news quite a lot recently. Of course, we had 4 lions escaping from the Kruger, then being found again. A lioness in the wild taking in a leopard cub after its parents were killed. I hear an unprecedented act. Then, of course, heartbreaking. Cecil the lion's son, Xander, was shot in a tragic case of history repeating itself. Heartbreaking. Well, today being World Lion Day, we've invited into the show Fiona Miles, the director of Four Paws organization, to discuss why we should be taking care of these incredible apex predators. Fiona, thank you so much. You must have the best job in the world.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes, thanks for having me here. And it is one of the best jobs in the world. It's very rewarding.
Yeah, I mean, working with these majestic creatures, looking out for their well-being as well, putting them under the spotlight, man. Look at that. That is pride right there. I love it. So lions, they are threatened with extinction, but they're actually on the endangered list. Is that right?
They're not. Lions are not on the endangered list.
They're not.
And they actually have almost no protection. Currently, they've been listed as vulnerable by CITES. And this basically opens them up for the possibility to be traded, to be bred with, to be hunted, all under permission and a permitting system. So they are, in the wild, very vulnerable and very threatened. And in captivity, they're sort of being bred like factory.
Killed. Yeah,
like
they're being bred to be killed. And we're going to get into the practice of canned lion hunting a little bit later. And we'd love to hear your perspective as well, 021 430 9881. But talking about those few lions that are still existing within the wild, and we know the wild is running out of space as well, and they need huge amounts of area to roam free and build prides. But why, and it might be overly simplistic, the question, but why do we need to protect lions in the ecosystem?
Well, as you said, lions are apex predators. They form an integral part of our ecosystem. That's from a sort of a logical point of view. Yeah. But if you look at a lion and you look at the way that they behave, they're the only big cat that forms a family community and a family system. They're very close to ourselves, in fact. Yeah. And their maternal instincts and bonds within their family are incredible. They have very strong protective feelings. They take very good care of their families, and I think that's something that should appeal to people's hearts, if nothing else.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Even leopards, occasionally.
Even leopards. But let's talk about this controversial kind of issue, the controversy around canned hunting as a practice of conservation. But I mean, what exactly is canned hunting, and does it actually do anything towards bettering the ecosystem around?
Canned hunting is, in principle, the act of shooting an animal within a confined space. In other words, hunting an animal where it has no possibility to escape.
It's not really hunting.
It's not hunting, it's shooting a fish in a barrel, basically. Yeah. It does not have any conservation value because, in principle, these animals are being bred specifically for that purpose, specifically for consumers to consume. So whether it's the act of cuddling a lion cub in a facility, what do? You go in, you cuddle a lion cub, you walk away and never think again what happens to this animal when it's grown up.
Wow.
So canned hunting and the whole captive breeding system is one that has absolutely no place in conservation whatsoever.
Desperately needs regulation. Please give us a call. We'd love to hear your perspective on this conversation, and maybe you've got a cool lion encounter in the wild that you want to relate to us. 021 430 9881. But right now, it looks like Sandcarb is about to get a massive shot in the arm or shot in the fin zone.
That's right. Well, South Africa has incredible flora and fauna indigenous to our beautiful country. Now, if we want to make sure we can still have these amazing species for our grandchildren to enjoy, supporting conservation efforts is key to their survival. One organization has been doing great work in protecting a bird that is quite unique to South Africa, the African penguin.
The African penguin is quite unique because it is the only penguin species that breeds on the African coastline. The African penguin breeds from Namibia all the way down through the Western Cape and then up through the Eastern Cape as well.
For almost 50 years, Sandcarb has been a champion of the well-being and conservation of African penguins. At their centre in Cape Town, they primarily treat and rehabilitate penguins, but care for other injured seabirds as well.
Unfortunately, the African penguin was reclassified as endangered in 2010. The numbers have decreased dramatically. In the 1900s, there was more than 1 million breeding pairs in the wild, and now they've whittled down to about 23,000 breeding pairs between Namibia and South Africa. This is a huge cause for concern. Unfortunately, African penguins are under threat because they have to compete with the commercial fishing industries for their main prey items such as anchovy and sardines. And so the more that the commercial fishing industries fish these species, there's less food for seabirds, particularly African penguins. So when you think about penguins having to provision for their young and for themselves, that's really contributing to the decline of the species.
SANCCOB has treated nearly 100,000 seabirds since inception, and the primary goal is to ensure that wild colonies of endangered seabirds like African penguins can thrive and grow by rehabilitating birds back into their natural environment.
One of SANCCOB's functions is rehabilitation of seabirds, and I have Steve on my lap. Steve is actually a non-releasable penguin, and this is why I'm able to hold this bird and give it attention. You would not be able to do this with a wild African penguin. It would most probably bite you. But most of the species that we get in are injured, mostly sort of seal bite wounds or trauma that they've sustained by being hit against rocks and things like that. And we have a clinical veterinarian on site, and he's able to treat most of the birds that come in. So that's really where SANCCOB fits into the whole picture, is that we will work with conservation organisations who will rescue the birds from the colonies. They bring them to SANCCOB, we admit them, rehabilitate them and release them back into the wild. So like any non-profit organisation, funding is our biggest challenge. Operationally, it costs a significant amount to run this place every year, and our fundraising team have a huge task on their hands. In addition to that, we have received funding to expand our premises. The reason for expansion is because our current premises that we moved into back in the 80s are quite dilapidated, and they're really difficult and challenging to rehabilitate birds. So we were granted a significant portion of the money from the National Lotteries Board, which has helped enormously, but we have a shortfall of about 5 million rand. So there's a lot of fundraising effort that's undergoing now, trying to get that money together so that we can actually make this dream a reality.
The new Seabird Hospital will have a bigger wash bay, bigger bird pools, surgical rooms, an X-ray room, as well as a much-needed fish freezer to store food for the penguins, and they hope to have the facility built and launched in December.
The new facility is designed specifically for the birds, so there'll be 2 big penguin pools with pens attached to them, and a big aviary with a large sort of flying pool as well for larger seabirds. I've been involved in the design process from the beginning, so I'm very happy to see this sort of materializing now. And it's going to make sure that we can rehabilitate these birds in the best possible way. And I think the birds will benefit the most from the new centre.
If you'd like to contribute to this amazing new Seabird Hospital, visit sancob.co.za and make a donation to support the conservation of our precious seabirds.
All right,
welcome back. So we just got into a very deep discussion with our awesome guest this morning, Fiona Miles, from a director, in fact, of Four Paws organisation. She's all about the lions. She's part of the pride.
Yeah,
this morning, I love it. And it's International Lion Day, and an opportunity for us to really hone in on what you and I are discovering are the most shocking statistics around. Now, I've heard this being bandied about, and I'd like you to confirm it. Are there more lions in captivity than there are in the wild?
Absolutely. In the wild, there's just over 2,000 wild lions left in southern Africa versus what the official statement is from the government, more than 6,000 lions in 200 breeding farms in South Africa. We estimate, and if you have a look at the rate of breeding in these facilities, we estimate a lot more.
Wow.
So,
wow, that is absolutely shocking. No, this is where you get involved. Exactly what are Four Paws all about, and what are some of the big cat projects that you guys have undertaken to make sure to look after these majestic
Finally,
creatures?
we've made you smile. I'm so sorry.
it is such a serious topic, and I think personally I take it very seriously because one of the reasons I got into this was because I saw the Cook report many years ago, which showed a lion being shot in front of her cubs. Wow. And that was something that was so devastating. So Four Paws is an international animal welfare organisation, and we are campaigning internationally for seeing an end to the breeding and overpopulation of captive bred lions. And of course we set up sanctuaries in order to save. It's impossible to save those 6,000, but certainly to save as many as we can from not only cant hunting but also private keeping, from very rundown zoos around the world, Imagine these animals also performing in circuses for entertainment, and so on and so forth. So they've become commodities, and we really want to strongly see the lion be back in the wild.
Oh, thank you for drawing a line in the sand. Now we've got John joining us all the way from Kraaifontein. John, how are you doing, sir? What's your comment or your question?
Morning, Graham. Morning, everyone.
Morning.
I would like to know, why do they still allow people to hunt for lions?
Sorry, repeat the question there.
I would like to know, why does the state allow people still to hunt for lions?
A very good question. He's asking, why does the state allow people to hunt lions? 2,000 left in the wild. Why is this our reality, do you think?
I think the way that they've looked at it, and some studies have been done, but they've been very skewed, is the fact that they look at the total population. And they go, in total, there are 10,000 lions in the country, and therefore it's okay. The problem is that we've started to put human definitions on wild lions, wild managed lions, captive bred lions, and these differentiations make it very difficult, because a captive bred lion has no conservation value. It doesn't go back into the wild. It's not being reintroduced, and
it doesn't follow the normal
doesn't follow the normal process. And yet the system of permitting to shoot those lions is what's making it tolerable for. It's money.
It's money is driving it. John, thank you. Very cool question, man.
Looking at Africa as a whole, I mean, it's a developing country as well, with a lot of development taking place. How has that affected the population of the wild lions specifically, and what has happened with that? I mean, is that also maybe why there's this backwards drive towards canned and lion hunting?
Well, yes, I think there's been seen to be an opportunity, and of course, with an 80% decline in the wild lion populations over the last 20 years, that's obviously been caused by human encroachment, development, the areas and the ranges becoming much smaller, and of course that opened up an opportunity for the breeding to happen under sort of false pretenses. It's very much what we call the con in conservation, is people coming to South Africa to experience our wonderful, beautiful African thing, and where they're seeing our wildlife is in facilities and not in the wild.
And it's worth noting it's an African resource. It's one of our most precious resources, and we are destroying it. 2,000 lions left in the wild. That is horrifying. 021-430-9881. Please join us with a question or any comment to weigh in on the conversation.
Those, of course, are some shocking statistics. Only 2,000 left. Maybe we should, they say knowledge is power. We need to learn more about these majestic creatures. And after the break, we share some things you didn't know about lions.
Yeah, I heard that when they go for a hunt, they need to rub up against each other to feel the vibe,
to
create the vibe, you know, the lion vibe. And listen, after the break, we create a great vibe because we are acknowledging the best of our teachers in South Africa with International Teachers' Day just around the corner. Yeah, it's on the 5th of October.
Yes, sir.
So we'll be talking more about that. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
This is your chance to win the home you've always dreamed of. SA's favorite interior design reality competition, Winner Home, sees 3 design duos transform empty spaces into lavish homes, and one of them could be yours. To enter, visit privateproperty.co.za and vote for your favorite design duo. Put yourself in line to win amazing prizes in the bi-weekly draw and automatically be entered for a chance to win the grand prize, your choice of one of 3 fully designed homes in the Eye of Africa Golf and Residential Estate in the south of Joburg. The finished property will include luxurious finishes by Plascon and Caesarstone, as well as premier home appliances by Grunding, with a total prize value of more than 3 million rand. Competition details plus T's and C's can be found on the Private Property website. Watch the breathtaking properties come to life as the design drama unfolds, and stand a chance to win the biggest prize on South African television, your very own dream home.
Welcome back. You are tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso only on SABC3. Hope you have a brilliant Thursday with us so far. Very, very heavy conversation so far. It is World Lion Day. We are back with Fiona Miles, Country Director of Four Paws Animal Welfare Foundation, just to put the spotlight on these incredible, incredible animals. The statistics...
The rest of our pride.
Yes, our incredible animals, right here. Our pride, they joined us right now. But I mean, some really shocking statistics coming out the chat this morning. But let's put it on a softer note right now. There's recently been an article about a lioness taking on a leopard cub and letting the cub feed on her. I mean, is this typical lion behavior at all?
I think for us as human beings, we don't get to see it every day. So an image like that is so heartwarming and heart-wrenching, because you think, what's happened to this cub? How is it that the lioness can be so? But actually, like I mentioned earlier on, the lions are their pride. All the females in the pride actually nurse the cubs, and so this probably happens more often in the wild than what we're accustomed to. In a captive environment, in zoos, this method is often used more often than
like
not.
A surrogacy,
Like a surrogacy, basically to prevent that human interaction and bottle feeding. This is obviously the best nutrition for babies, and so that's what's promoted. So the wild will actually take care of the wild.
Wow.
And I think for me, this image just proves and shows that the message that's going out there to volunteers around the world and visitors from around the world to South Africa, that these lion cubs are orphaned and they need to be hand raised and so on. Actually, this flies in the face of it.
I love the fact that the wild will take care of the wild. We should stop interfering. Exactly. I mean, the wild should just be, and we should kind of nurture that.
Because I think, and both you and I can speak from our very privileged experience of being able to view and engaged in a very small way with wild in the wild, and how much better that experience is than going and cuddling a captive cub. When we look at it, just to break it down, in ways that we can help and what we should focus on in terms of our own voice. What is the biggest threat to lions?
We are the biggest threat. Human beings are the biggest threat. Whether we come to South Africa or have tourism experiences and we participate in these activities like cuddling lion cubs, like hand raising them, volunteering, ultimately shooting them at the end of the day. We are the biggest threat. We need to, as you say, step away from them and let them be. So I think what people need to do is to start questioning and start asking questions about being a responsible tourist, being a responsible citizen towards our wildlife.
Sure, very much so. Okay, so humans are the biggest threat. Remember, if you have a call, give us a shout, 021 430 9881. That is the question. Do they have any other enemies out there besides us humans? I mean, that we may possibly should look after.
I think the natural order of things, of course, a crocodile can come in, but that would be that would be one of the few. But I think, they manage themselves, the way that the prides develop, the way that they split up. You were saying earlier on how they move, how lone males will then leave the pride and go and form their own prides. All of that should be able to take place. And of course, that's not happening when you're looking at a factory farm situation where you've got 10 or 20 males, large males in a pride. Those guys are all on death row in these breeding facilities. So I simply say we are the biggest threat.
Humans, they don't even know that they are lions. And I love what you said. Those words will echo certainly within me. The wild takes care of the wild, and we have to now play our part and do the same. Thank you so much for everyone who's joined us online for this. John, thank you for your awesome questions so far. Please keep them coming. 021 430 9881.
Now listen, International Teachers' Day is coming up on the 5th of October, and it's that day when we all can celebrate those awesome heroes who have the most important job in the world, educating our youth and preparing them for the future. Now, Woolies have been acknowledging the best teachers in South Africa for a number of years now, and 2017 is no different. In fact, Thando Tladi is the National Manager of Woolworths Educational Programs, and she's here to let us know exactly how you can nominate your favorite teacher to win on the Teacher of the Year awards this year. Beautiful stuff, and it's an initiative that I've always just been so passionate about. Thank you so much for keeping it going. How are you, Thando?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. And like I said, I'm glad to see it's still running. It's still running beautifully. Yeah. But from a Woolies perspective, why is it that you've decided to acknowledge and recognize our teachers in this way?
Well, Woolworths has been involved in education for over 10 years now through the educational programs as well as my school. And I think over the years we've got to see some exceptional teachers. And I think as the country as a whole benefits from these teachers. And so we believe that they deserve our recognition and appreciation. And so we decided to create an opportunity to tell their stories and allow the learners to tell their stories about these phenomenal teachers.
Yeah. And in your finding over the many years, what is it that makes a teacher an awesome teacher?
Yeah, so many things. I think
they don't give too much homework. No, they give a lot of homework.
Wow, those are one of the bonus points, I suppose, judging from some of the letters you've received over the years. But I think the one thing that stands out is about a teacher that goes the extra mile, a teacher that takes an interest in the learner, you know. For example, our winner from last year, Mrs. Matumela from the Eastern Cape, phenomenal woman that teaches in a very challenging environment, but that hasn't dampened her passion. She continues to focus on her learners, supporting them through after-school initiatives and holiday programs that she runs from her home. And those are the sort of teachers we want to celebrate, those that are role models, that are focused on the learners and that truly want to make a difference.
Yeah, and teachers that believe in you as a child. I remember like, some of the more important talks that I had throughout my upbringing is when a teacher would say to me, like, I believe in your talent and that what you're doing there, carry on with that. And so how then can learners out there and students nominate their teachers, and essentially what are you looking for in terms of your judging criteria to determine a teacher who would win on International Teachers' Day?
So it's very easy. All they have to do is write us a letter of no more than 200 words detailing why their teacher is awesome and what makes their teacher different and what makes their teacher a superhero in their eyes. And they could just email us at mtd.co.za. The competition details are also on our website, myschool.co.za.
Yeah, I think you're doing an incredibly important job because at the end of the day, teachers can really make all of the difference in a child's life. And of course, they're making a change and a difference in the lives of our future by doing that. And in fact, last year's nominees are a standout testament to that. Take a look at this.
Hi everybody, I'm Mr. M.M. Dube, the principal of Emakobeni Secondary School. Tata Madiba once said that education is a very powerful tool which can be used to change the world. I said, whoa, let me be part of that. Let me contribute towards ensuring that at least the world is changing. The pillar, the only weapon towards changing the society, the country, family, is through education.
My name is Dowder Prince. I am from Newton Technical High School. An awesome teacher is someone that looks at a learner holistically, trying to develop that child emotionally, physically, spiritually, as well as psychologically. I believe that as a teacher, you need to be a parent in class, a mother that will nurture learners, developing them, but also to be firm and understanding. They trust you. They start developing academically as well, and that is so, so important.
My name is Tisni Musaji. I'm educator at Franklin D. Roosevelt Primary School. To me, it's understanding the backgrounds of your learners. It's being there for your learners through everything, whether it's sports, curriculum, life situations that they go through. So it's being a role model to them, it's being a mentor to them, it's being a counselor to them. I want to be that teacher actually that the learners look at in time and say, because of you, I didn't give up, or you inspired me and I didn't give up. So that's my aim, to be that teacher that's remembered as that.
Hi, good day. My name is Samira Moidi. I work at Pelican Park Primary School in the Western Cape. The Woolworths Initiative is what every teacher right now needs. And this doesn't just go for me, even though I might have been given this award physically, but I know the teachers in my staff room at this point in time, there's excitement because, wow, someone noticed. You're doing a good job. Because if you can build up a child to be strong, you build up a nation to be strong.
The true superheroes out there, passionate teachers that really want to make a change in the lives of their learners. Tando, thank you so much for running this initiative, keeping it going, and we hope you get thousands of entries.
We hope so. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so do send them through to myschool.co.za. All of those letters telling us why your teacher deserves to be Teacher of the year. And thank you to my teachers at Potch Central School, Temple Primary School, Potch Boys High. Thank you. I love you. I love you.
Oh, he's such a teacher's pet, that one. Well, Women's Day may be over, but we still have the whole of August to celebrate the phenomenal women that we have in our country. Now, if you're looking for a way to extend the celebrations, look no further. From the 16th to the 17th of August, the annual Top Women Conference will bring together a host of iconic leaders to drive discussions around gender empowerment in business. Now, to stand a chance to network and rub shoulders with influential women from a diverse range of industries, simply SMS the keyword Top Women followed by your email address to 33728 and you could win 2 all-access passes to the conference.
That's right. The SMSs are charged at only R1.50 per SMS, but free SMSs do not apply. Those T's and C's can be found on Expresso's website, but for more information about this fantastic event, visit topwomen.co.za.
So Fiona Miles, an incredible human being, has been schooling us. She's been our teacher today, and our favourite teacher at that, talking about lions on World Lion Day. And we'd love to hear from you again, 0214309881. We can hopefully squeeze in a few more callers.
Absolutely. We've got a caller on the line right now. Roger, good morning.
Morning, Graham.
Hey, how's it? And Ewan is here this morning, and Fiona. Roger, I understand you've got a funny story to relate to us.
Yes, that's right. One day we decided to go to the Molisburg Lion Park, and we planned to have a huge braai afterwards, and we had a whole lot of meat packed in the back of the boot. And then when we drove into the lion park, all the lions started walking behind us, and then the one that he couldn't control himself. He jumped up and he took a huge uppie out the rubber spoiler on the back of the car, and he left a huge claw mark on the boot. So we quickly decided to make a very quick exit out the lion park.
I can just imagine what you guys must have been feeling in that car, eh?
Oh man, that's lovely.
I'm
sure you appreciated your braai later a whole lot more after that. But that hits the nail on the head. That is how you want to enjoy lions, a chance encounter in a true wilderness like the Kruger National Park, where there is ample space for lions to exist in their natural state. Now, I'm going to ask you to pull no punches here. What do you need? What does Four Paws need as an organization from the likes of you and myself and everyone watching?
I think the first thing we need is for people to educate themselves. Find out what you're doing in terms of being a responsible consumer of the lion product, because that's what we've turned them into is commodities. So when we go to facilities and places, find out, are you going to an ethical sanctuary? So for instance, the sanctuary that we run in the Free State Lions Rock is an ethical sanctuary. There's no breeding, there's no hunting, there's no trading, there's no lion cubs to pet, there's no human interaction. Ask the questions that you really need to ask to know that you're doing the right thing. And of course, the work that goes behind saving those lions that can be saved is incredibly costly. And so donations are very important. Organizations live purely on those donations. If people can't donate or give, make every day World Lion Day.
Yeah.
Sign a petition, make your voice heard. What the problem here is that the lion, if you think about the roar of the lion, it can be heard for 10 kilometers.
Yeah.
And we've taken that voice away from them. So I really think that if we can restore the lion's roar by every single person becoming an advocate for lions and standing up to our government and to others to say, let's protect them.
I mean, it's an animal that's supposed to make us proud, and it does make us proud, but it needs to make us proud in the right ways, in the right environments as well. And that's what our mindsets needs to be like that. So thank you very much for the work that you're doing. And yeah, we do hope that you get a massive influx of people to supporting your cause.
We'll continue to highlight this cause on our show. I love that International Lion Day every day. So nice to have you in on the discussion this morning,
man,
dude.
it was awesome.
It might have broken our spirits just a little bit, but I think it's inspired us all. Remember, just 2,000 lions in the wild. They need to be protected.
Great insightful chat there, guys. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, JP Sebastian tells us about a brand new movie, The Lost City of Z. And then we get into some dangerous games as we chat to the cast of Lord of the Dance. Let's get... Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Talaga yun, ha? Talaga yun, ha? Ay.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very warm welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show Expresso on SABC3. Now, whether you're a lover of dance or not, you would know the name Michael Flatley, the American dancer and choreographer who was internationally recognized for the Irish dance show Lord of the Dance. Now, the Lord of the Dance premiered in London 2 decades ago, and in 2014, Michael Flatley then transformed the show, making it even more thrilling than the original, calling it Lord of the Dance Dangerous Games, a show that is kicked off in Cape Town this Tuesday, and we're joined by some of the cast members of this magnificent production. Fergal Kennedy, Laura Milner and Nikita Cassidy. Thank you very much for being here this morning. How are you guys?
We're good, good. Very happy to be here.
I just hear this is the music already, and it's taking me way, way back to the days when I watched that show for the very first time. And I can almost assume that it's probably every dancer's dream to be one of the cast members of a show like Lord of the Dance. So how did you find your journey into this cast?
Absolutely, this is one of the biggest shows, and it's something we dream about from a young kid since we started learning. So we all would have saw the show Michael Flatley back when he started out, and then we auditioned with the hopes that we would get into the show, and here we are. We made it.
Several auditions along the way.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you the new Michael? I mean, because you've got the hair, right? That's the Michael Flatley hair.
Yes, it's the Michael Flatley hair. But yeah, there's so I play the role of the Lord, and there's 3 of us that play the role, and we rotate it. We do 8 shows a week, so it gives each other a break.
Yeah. And you need that when you're performing to sold-out crowds all around the world.
Yes.
Laura, what has it been like performing to sold-out theatres and people? Is it standing ovations all the time?
Every night there's a standing ovation. It's amazing. The crowd really get behind us, and they all stand up and cheer for every number, all the big numbers, so it's great. It keeps us going.
And anyone who's ever watched the show, you know that it incorporates very many different styles of dance. There's music as well, even pyrotechnics, I understand. How is this particular show, Dangerous Games, different from the other show? Kirsten, or Nikita rather?
Well, it's the same storyline as the original, so it's the good versus evil with a love story as well. But Dangerous Games is just bigger and better than the original. I think we've got new costumes, new choreography, new staging, like you said, pyrotechnics. So everything is just bigger and better. It's just revamped the original.
And what's the show's been like in Cape Town so far? What are people saying?
They went down great, really well. Yeah.
It's sold out every night so far.
What do you individually enjoy most about being part of this cast? What's your favourite part of the show?
Ooh, well,
do you have?
Everything is so great. I mean, we love the whole tour experience. We love coming out. We love working together. We're in early. We're doing rehearsals. We're training. We all train together like one big family, and then just even eating together at the dinners, and then getting to do the shows to these great audiences. It's really
the camaraderie between everyone must be wonderful.
Yeah.
And now that you've been training, and I mean the show is kind of like it's in you by now, is it? So when you in Cape Town like this, do you get time to travel around and see the place, or is it just always training show?
No, we get time to go and sightsee. Like today, after this, we're going to Cape of Good Hope.
Oh, lovely.
So and yesterday we went to Table Mountain and stuff. So we get to see the places that we go to, which is good as well. But
absolutely wonderful. Well, listen, if you're going to be around in Cape Town, the show is going to be here until September, so do make sure that you check it out. In fact, those details are on your screen right now. But stay tuned, because a little bit later on, these 3 lovely people are going to be teaching me how to get my Irish dance on. And may I say, I have been practicing, so I've got the ankle roll thing done.
Oh, yeah?
That's great. I've got it.
Come Mabwe, Feet of Flames. Can't wait to see that. Well, this weekend at the movies, Charlie Hunnam, Robert Pattinson and Tom Holland star in an astonishing true story of high adventure, very real danger and pervading mystery. The Lost City of Zed chronicles the final ill-fated expedition of English explorer Percy Fawcett into the Amazon jungle, facing blood-sucking bats, bugs, black panthers and long-isolated tribespeople. Well, let's take a look at the Lost City of Zed.
Everyone out of the boat! Take cover! Get your concertina! Concertina, sir? Yes, do it now! Play Soldiers of the Queen! Come on! Mr. Coffin, come and sing with me! Come! Are you ready? And we're soldiers of the lads, who've been my lads, who've seen my lads in the fight for England's glory, lads, the England soldiers of the Queen. Amigos.
When your singing scares off the locals, that's when you know you should probably not pursue a career in it. Wow, wow, wow.
Again, I think just as a preamble, I need to give a review every time of Leanne's face, because she's often just looking off at TV like this. And the face today was...
I'm like, what is going on?
Why is this happening to
I
this
think a
poor
lot
man?
of people are saying, what is going on? Please tell us, what is Velocity of Z all about?
Like you said, ma'am, a true story indeed. The explorer is Percy Fawcett, and his background, this was in 1925 that this happened. But he's from a time when, you know, in military, there was family lineage involved, and there was like the honor of your surname and whatnot. And so his father was a drunk and a gambler, and he's sort of like, you know, frowned upon in the military establishment. So he takes on this expedition from the Royal Geological Society to try and regain some of that sort of, you know, reputation for his family. Leaving behind his wife and newborn child, you know, for the sake of some sort of personal honor for the ego. And what was really, I suppose, quite strange about this expedition is that he went off into Amazon jungle first time to establish on behalf of Bolivia and Brazil where their border actually lies to avoid a war. Then when he got there, he found these pottery shards, which isn't sort of characteristic of the archaeology of the Amazonian tribes. And heard rumors that there's this lost city of Zed, is what he called it. Some people would say it's like El Dorado, the city of gold. The entire thing is believed to have been plated in gold since the conquistadors were there like 500 years before. And he ventures off into the jungle, people laughing at him about this idea that it exists. To this day, no one knows what happened to him or his party.
Wow.
He went with his son, played by Tom Holland. That's Charlie Hunnam in the lead, who actually does really well in this role compared to King Arthur.
I was going to say, I hope so.
He's improved a heck of a lot.
Went for acting classes much?
I think maybe, you could see, probably threw himself into a jungle, went insane, as those poor men were. So the story is of obsession, like, you know, and at least what's nice about this movie is it's not like, you know, forced sort of obsession. It's a slow burn. It's like going slowly more downstream, losing your marbles and whatnot. But it's not necessarily high adventure like, you know, 100% of the time.
Yeah.
It obviously deals with this guy's, the theme of, you know, obsession and trying to regain that sort of like...
I hear that Robert Pattinson's also in this movie
Robert
as well.
Pattinson is one of these new sort of like, I mean, aside from being, you know, young Dracula back in the day or whatever he was, Twilight.
That's not Dracula.
Who cares, teens? Yeah, cameraman was like, power. Yeah, he does exceptionally well in this.
Wonderful.
And he's, people are treating him these days as almost like a new revelation as an actor. He's in a movie coming out soon called Good Time, which is getting huge, great reviews.
Well, we all know that Twilight didn't exactly test your acting skills, so... Your sparkling skills, maybe. All right, so JP Sebastian, the time has finally arrived. How many popcorns do you give Velocity of Z?
Velocity of Z, unfortunately, like, misses out on some major opportunities to characterize the jungle, to characterize imperialism and all that kind of stuff. But if you like a slow grind, kind of like, you know, worming into this guy's mind and what that was like, 7 out of 10 is not bad indeed.
7 out of 10
it's
is not bad at all.
beautifully shot, by the way. It's beautiful cinematography and well acted.
You seem to be on a 7 out of 10 kind of like rut. You need to find a movie that you can give like a 9.
Dunkirk 9.5 and Spider-Man 8.5. What do you want?
Okay, well, let's not fight in front of everybody,
Leon
JP.
gets a 9.
If you want to go and check out Velocity of Z, you can do so at your nearest new Metro cinema.
What? Nice.
Entertainment at new Metro cinemas. It's your scene.
Now, a wise old man once said, cometh the hour, cometh the cat. And yes, I've cometh right now. Listen, we've got the cast of Lord of the Dance Dangerous Games here. It's going to be in Cape Town, going to Joburg. We'll give you those details a bit later on. But I thought I've always wanted to be part of the cast of Lord of the Dance since seeing the very, very first show. So I'm going to take the chance right now to have my audition internationally right here on live national TV. But first, how long has it taken you guys to get to this level of professional dancing where you can be part of the cast of Lord of the Dance? Fergal?
Well, we've been all dancing for about 20 years. Irish dancing since a kid in primary school.
Yeah.
So you're going to get thrown right in at the deep end.
So basically what you're telling me is that I have a chance. I have a chance.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you guys are going to teach me a couple of steps.
Yep.
And then we're going to do this thing.
Yep.
Okay, so what's the steps you're teaching me?
So
Show me
start
real
with
speed.
a shuffle of back and then click cut. So.
Can
we get that?
Okay, let's go slowly.
Okay,
so
so
step.
Once you fill her back.
Okay, so 1, 2, full her back.
Front leg out.
Okay, da.
And then.
Gaba. Gaba, ba, ba, gaba, ba, ba. Okay, and then da on the
and
third
then,
one.
Yeah, and then
okay,
we
cool.
do some stamps.
Okay, so it's a ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba, 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 ba-da-ba-da-ba. Okay, okay. Whew, okay, all right. So is it possible for us to put that into like a sequence?
Yeah, we can do a quick sequence first, and then we'll call you in to take it away.
And then we do that whole thing that I just practiced now for the first time ever in my life. Okay, cool. DJ, when you're ready, hit the music.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm so nervous right now.
Here we go. And 5, 6, 6. Here we go. Up.
Yeah! Come on!
Hold it for effect. And there you go. That was awesome, guys.
Excellent. That was great. That was really good.
That was really, really cool. So tell our South African audience out there, why should they come and check out this show? What should they be expecting? Take us through it. Yeah.
Well, as I said, the show's been going for over 20 years,
Yeah.
and it's been relaunched in 2014. We've got a great show with new dances, new costumes, new dancers.
Yeah.
And we're just really excited to take this show to Cape Town again for the second time.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, we're glad to have you here, and we're hoping that all of you will be going out to go and check out Lord of the Dance Dangerous Games. Details are on your screen right now. But on that note, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Right now it is competition time on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, here's the thing. Most 11-year-olds expect really awesome gifts for their birthday. Now, Travel Start is actually flipping the script, and they are giving you a gift to celebrate their 11th birthday. Now, how would you like to win flights for 2 to Ibiza with 25,000 Rand? Well, it really is very easy. Simply SMS the keyword travel and your email address to 33728. That's travel and your email address to 33728. And then make also sure that you get your entries in by 31 August and read the T's and C's at expressoshow.com. Now, the winner will be announced at the beginning of September right here on Expresso. So get ready for a big birthday celebration with Travel Start.
5, 6, 7, 8. I'm getting this. Guys, I'm feeling really confident. There! Okay, there we go. Oh, you guys are here. We're gonna go to an ad break. Bye.
Sarah's on the phone.
Not now, more. I'm in Mauritius.
Well, what must I tell her?
Tell her I'm in Mauritius.
He'll call you back later.
Stop faking and start traveling. Book flights from only $4.99 on travelstart.coza.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso. Time for us to connect with you on social media. And since we're celebrating World Lion Day, we've asked you, have you ever encountered one of these magnificent animals? Loving this one coming through. Oh, I just moved it from Ntabi Seng saying, good gracious, I've never encountered lions and I pray that I never do. But if I were to, I'm pretty sure that I would get paralyzed by fear. pee my pants, and then just die before it even touches me. I absolutely love that one. Carol says, I'm a cat woman. I wish I could cuddle them if I could. Happy Lion's Day, everyone. Also, Gabriella says, morning, happy World Lion Day. Let's stand together and protect these beautiful creatures. And I cannot agree with you anymore. We have to protect them. Well, listen, continue to connect with us on social media. Remember to use our hashtag Expresso Show.
Oh, thank you so much for all of those comments as well. Now, if you are working on your financial fitness like us and you're looking to save and are trying to find ways to cut back on your monthly bills, then you might be interested in the pay-as-you-use account from Nedbank. For as little as R5 a month, you get a fully transactional account, unlimited swipes, free online and mobile banking, meaning you literally can bank whenever or wherever you are.
I love that. Now, to find out more about this account, simply SMS NEDPAYU to 30755 and the Nedbank team will be in touch with all of the information that you need. SMS is also free and the terms and conditions do apply. You can find them on nedbank.co.za.
I'm a dreamer, a doer. I know the hustle. I just need my money to hustle for me.
Let your money hustle for you. Get a bank account for R5 per month and bank on the Nedbank app without using any data. See money differently. Nedbank.
Wow. I'm proud to announce that after that audition for Lord of the Dance Dangerous Games, I have been temporarily denied access into the, inspiration spreads.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they awarded me the Wooden Shoe Award.
The wooden shoe.
It's fine.
You were awesome,
But
dude.
that was like the
carved.
Pansula tap, I felt.
That, cover the combination. When you've got Kai, then you must represent.
You dropped it down low, Bridget. No, you were awesome, dude. That was spectacular.
It's so difficult, though.
It is.
And the speed that they do it at, that's
I need to go and see that show. I need to go and see that show. All right, but you do need to see this show tomorrow because guess who we have? Everybody's favorite uncle, John Flismus. He's here with his brand new show. His brand new show, guys. Prepare yourself. It's called The Good Racist.
Why can't he be like every other comedian, just talk about his kids? Come on, man.
I don't know.
And then we've got some Curry Cup preview action. You're probably going to bring us that, right, G?
I am, and it's heating up, man. Curry Cup, it's the proudest and oldest rugby tournament that we have. It's so cool.
What's the show without a recipe? Caramel apple squares. You do not want to miss that.
What happened to the diet
And then Crimson House is in studio and they're going to be performing for us. It's going to be amazing. Just the right, kind of ingredients to get you kick-started for the weekend ahead.
Yeah, loving it. Guys, I think just in honor of Lord of the Dance, we must all just have a Lord of the Dance.
Moments.
Can we just so guys, if we were doing Lord of the Espresso,
but you have to, your hands.
Yeah, you got to be here. And then remember that sequence that we practiced? Never.
Yes,
Here we go. For you, South Africa, representing Lord of Espresso. 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll see you tomorrow, South Africa. We love you. Bye.
Feet on fire. Feet on fire.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Nada. Feel Good production.